episode 179 for you guys today. Once my co-host join in, we'll go ahead and get today's episode started. What's up, Manny?
Yes, sir. What's going on with you, bro?
Not much, man. How you been?
Well, I'm doing good, man. Happy my team's doing good, of course. I'm gonna start with that, but
I can't say this.
outside of that, outside of that, doing good, man. I can't complain. Just working hard. You know the deal. You know the vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. I can't wait, bro. It just makes it that much more special when your team is doing good. So.
I can't relate right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, we told you.
I already knew the struggle was gonna be on, but I didn't know this bad. This is the next level struggle right now.
Yeah, hey man, I'll put it this way: we thought it was fun and games when the Lions slapped up almost a 50 piece on y'all.
That's facts.
That was an embarrassment.
How y'all doing?
What's up, Rob?
Good, man.
What's up,
good.
Freddie?
What's going on with y'all?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Spooky vibes today, man. Spooky vibes.
What is
Hell yeah. I like it.
What is that, Manny?
It's a little plastic cane, bro. It's a plastic cane. But we just gonna pretend it's like a legitimate cane. That's what we gonna pretend. So. And Loki look like a microphone.
It does. It really does, though.
So that's what we gonna roll with.
Hey, Tom, I just want to pray for your fantasy team, man. You've been going through it over there. I see
Bro,
it, you know.
My injuries is no joke, yo. I don't think I ever went like this in fantasy before. Like, injuries-wise, I lost Rasheed Rice, Isaiah Pacheco, Mike Evans. I might have lost Jordan Love, too. I'm like, dang, can I get some?
Nah, he got a minor injury. It's not bad. It's good.
Yeah, they say he got a growing injury, so he gonna be straight.
I know because I traded for him, and, it's not looking like a good trade right now. It was kind of I feel like I gave up a little too much to give him and Chase Brown in another league. So,
At least I got Nick Chubb back now, and I got DeAndre Hopkins off of waivers. Oh, my gosh, man.
Bro, that was crazy. That was crazy, bro. I'll never forget that morning, bro. I was
on there, bro.
I checked it at 7 a.m. and he was gone.
Bro, I checked it at like 5-something a.m. and it was gone. I was like, what?
Yeah.
That boy Tom on the wire, ain't he?
I had to, yo. The minute I saw it on the phone, I had to go get him.
I could not believe it.
I actually thought, before we start, that when I put the claim in, I thought I was going to have to wait until Friday because I thought somebody else was going to do it. But it said added DeAndre Hopkins, so I was straight.
I could not believe it. I was like, all right, bet. I'm finally about to get a healthy player. Like, great situation. I went to look, and I'm like, damn, his team already scooped him up. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, no way.
Help was needed. But we'll go ahead and get started.
Light it up.
All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree from Onthehop Podcast. Today, this will be episode 179 for you guys today. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Rob Sarasula and Fred Harris. And today, we're joined by our special guest, Manny Wilson, the host of the Run Podcast, joining us all the way from Chicago. Manny, thanks again for joining us today, and we're glad to have you for this week's episode.
Of course, man. I'm always happy to join. It's a pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. So let's get to it.
All right, let's get into it. So we're going to be sharing our favorite games from Week 8 of the NFL season. There was a lot of good games, a lot of crazy and wild finishes from Week 8. So we're going to be sharing our favorite games from Week 8. Fred, Manny, Rob, whoever wants to go first for this one, y'all go ahead and go.
Man,
Rob,
I'll
you got
let
it.
y'all go first.
you sure?
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean,
All right,
yeah.
all right. I think my favorite one, without a doubt, was the Commanders Bears game. I mean, with that goes without saying. I mean, you all saw the finish to that shit. Like, oh my god.
Great.
Hey, put two hands together and put them up to God.
Yeah, like I had a parlay, and that was the last leg, and I thought my parlay was cooked, and I seen the highlight, and I was like, oh my god, like that. Yeah, that saved my ass. I'm not gonna lie. So, I'm gonna have to say that that's my favorite game because it made me money. But another one I'd say I'll throw another one in there. I mean, there's a lot of blowouts. So I'll probably say I like the Rams Vikings game a lot. That was a cool game too. Um, Shitty ending, but other than that, it was a good game. It was good to see Stafford, dotting him up again with his boys.
Yeah,
So
about the receivers back in there.
yeah, no, that offense is lethal with
Finally, he
them
got some
back.
help.
That offense is lethal with them back in the fold for sure. They got a nice offense. Not gonna lie. But yeah, those are probably my two favorites.
Yeah, Raven. I think Rams. They're forced to be reckoned with over in that NFC, and I think down the line, it's just one of them teams where if you bump into them in the playoffs, it's like anything can happen type of situation. For
Definitely.
them to even be staying afloat after all the injuries they had, I think week one in the first game they lost like two linemen. Cup went down. It was tragic to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they still been staying afloat, and I think they definitely got a say in the NFC of what's going to happen later on.
Yeah.
But to go off games that was the best for me, man, I really enjoyed watching Jameis Winston dot up the Baltimore Ravens for a game time win. That was just crazy.
Damn.
I really have no hopes for the Browns to do anything, much like anybody. I mean, they've been bad all season. So I'm like, okay, obviously, Deshaun Watson's not going to be playing. And now you got Jameis. And then I guess the huge factor was the offensive play calling. They had the change at the last minute, which made a huge difference and probably all of the difference that they needed to make all along. But it was just a thriller to watch, and it was one of them games where I'm like, oh, yeah, Ravens got it under control for sure. No matter what, they definitely going to take it. And then push come to shove, Browns is in a squabble with them. And then Browns end up pulling it off at the last second for the win. It was just crazy. But, yeah, man, just to quote my boy James, he said, unwavering faith. He said, ultimate belief. My boy, hey, you gotta let the post-game interviews and the pre-game interviews for Jameis Winston. So that was by far one of my favorite games. Also, too, just like you mentioned, too, the Commanders and the Bears was just a crazy, crazy ending.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I think gameplay-wise, that Ravens-Browns kind of had me on the edge of my seat for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Fred, any comment to what Manny just said? I was trying not to laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I thought you was coming at me when you said that. That's why I was trying not to laugh.
After this week 8, I got nothing but a heavy heart for this Ravens defense.
Mm-hmm.
It looks terrible.
Y'all need
It looks awful.
help.
It looks honestly, it's our coordinator.
That secondary needs some help, man.
Brother,
Secondary again.
it seems like every play we're out of position. Every play we're talking to the guy next to us because nobody knows what they're doing. It's terrible.
Y'all
He
need to put that
tries to disguise everything, and then when you have a guy, when you want to look like we're in 2-man deep, but then you have our deep safety trying to cover a tight end who's doing a 5-yard out, it's open every single time. And if you do it every single time, they're gonna pick up on it. Like in that last drive, for 4 or 5 down straight, we blitzed, and Jameis was just killing us. I don't know how we let Jameis Winston dot us up, but Jameis Winston killed us. Not to mention the drop picks, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Your whole
Hollywood.
defense need to be on the jugs machine, bro.
Drop
Nah.
All week.
drop
All
sticks
week.
and drop passes too.
Yeah.
Because we can't let
Uh,
Bateman slide too. Because I think he had 2 specifically, but there was some crucial moments where if he would have caught the
Eddie
pass like
Jackson
that,
had 3. Eddie Jackson alone had 3.
yeah.
Kyle
So it
Hamilton
was
dropped a real bad
But
one
yeah,
too. I saw it.
that one,
That was
that one was
the
terrible.
worst one.
I don't think player wise, I don't think our defense is that bad. I mean, we obviously need an edge rusher
No.
because Jameis was sitting back there eating a sandwich. he was having all day back there. The only person I have a problem, Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson got to go. I don't know what Eddie Jackson doing back there. Eddie Jackson got to go. I'm so tired of seeing his number on the damn field.
He's
But
old.
we off of that, we going to our my personal favorite week 8 games. I am a little I wouldn't say biased, but it's more of a I told you so to everybody in here right now. Okay, that the Jets needed something more than just Aaron Rodgers, and I was telling y'all this whole time that Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna fix the Jets. Aaron Rodgers, the Jets suck.
They
Jets
do.
are awful,
They
bro.
suck.
They're
The Jets are awful.
they got the same record that we do. They
Right.
suck.
I'm gonna say it like this, bro. Like, I don't remember. I know I was on riding high on the Aaron Rodgers gonna save Jets, so I don't remember verbatim what I said last time, but I know for sure it's nothing along the line of him saving the Jets, bro. The Jets are cooked. They have absolutely no chance to make anything happen. They're a joke of a franchise. And they just wasted a whole nother year. And everybody owes Zach Wilson an apology because they did so much hating on Zach Wilson as if he was the only reason that they were so bad. But yet, at least Zach Wilson was winning some games. At least he was like keeping his team afloat. Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, we treat him like he's Tom Brady, and we treat him like he can't do no wrong. So now everybody been finding these different excuses, and it's like, bro, look in the mirror.
And they thought bringing in Devontae Adams was supposed to help. Devontae Adams, they don't need more
Yeah,
receivers.
Don't
my
even get me
You ain't got to
started
worry
on the
about
crying
that,
for
man.
help.
Because
Don't even
I
get
remember exactly what you said, brother. You ain't got to worry about that.
man.
I
I
remember
love
exactly
Devontae Adams, but he pretty much just went to another team to go lose with his boys. Like he was in the team by himself losing, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna just go over here and lose with my close friends instead of losing with some strangers. Like,
Also, man, I believe you said something along the lines of that the Jets would be a playoff team with Aaron
Y'all
Rodgers.
got the damn
I do got
receipts.
the receipts. I do got the
yeah,
receipts.
you
Because everybody was looking at
Damn.
me crazy. Everybody was looking at me crazy.
Damn, he got the receipts and everything.
I will be the first to admit I was wrong. I have no shame in admitting it. I don't think I was the only one who didn't see this coming. I was wrong. I thought that defense was still going to be able to play somewhat as good as they were, half as good as they were last year. But damn, we can't even get that. So I will be the first to admit I was wrong about the Jets being a playoff team. I was wrong.
So yeah, that's probably one of mine just because selfish reasons. Another one for another selfish reason is the Eagles and Bengals game. Just watching the Eagles bend over the Bengals it's always nice to see.
Yeah.
Definitely helps out in the AFC North, even though the Steelers keep winning. But yeah, I mean the Bengals 0-4 at home. I don't know what they want to do. The defense did look like it was starting to look better. I guess that went out the window. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you do now. I mean, you still got guys who need contracts, want contracts, and I don't know. Seems like the season, this season for them is damn near over.
It is over.
Yeah,
It's a wrap.
boys done. They done.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, the Bengals just seem done. And it's like Joe Burrow's not playing bad. I mean, he's playing pretty good football. So, I mean, I really got to put him on defense. The defense looks
Horrible.
awful. So, yeah, those are my 2 games. Selfish reasons over here. I'm a selfish guy, and I'm petty.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback off of some of the games that y'all said because we had some games that we had in common. That Ravens, I'm sorry, Fred, but that Ravens and Browns game, that it was a good game, but I gotta add that because that was the biggest upset, maybe of the NFL season, to be honest. So
It
from the
was the big.
standpoint the Browns are at, they were 1-6. The Ravens, they were on a 5-game win streak. Then all of a sudden, there was brand new life brought back down to the dog pound in Cleveland with Jameis Winston throwing 331 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns in his first start of the season. I mean, he elevated that team more than what Deshaun Watson, a $230 million guy, did basically since he was with Cleveland. So I gave Jameis Winston a lot of credit. He's probably got to get a shot to see how long, what he could do as the starter, because they're probably going to start him for the rest of the year with Watson out with that torn Achilles, and possibly see if he can hold the job until I think they're going to draft a quarterback in the draft. So see if he can hold the job, basically an audition if he wants to go elsewhere and try to become a starter.
Which is crazy because, like, doesn't Watson still have like 2 more years on his deal?
Bro, they're getting him out of town. I think they're going to eat the cap like the Broncos did when they got Wilson out of town.
They have to, bro. They have to.
That's
You know how bad of a look it is when your home crowd is cheering for you, knowing your Achilles just popped in front of thousands and thousands of fans, saying you deserve it. You can't bring him back. You
Almost
can't.
as bad as it looks is you paying a guy $50 million to go sit on the bench. I mean, to go sit on his couch.
It's a lose-lose.
Lose situation right there.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. He chose
Sit on your couch.
Violence today. He chose violence today.
Hey, I mean, I don't. It's rough. I mean, ever since he came back, he has not looked good. And I mean, you could honestly blame that 1-6 record on Deshaun Watson alone.
Yeah, because the team is good. They still got. I mean, they traded Amari Cooper.
They were a playoff team with Joe Flacco.
Yeah, I mean, you could say a little bit with them not having Nick Chubb for the first 7 games or whatever. You could blame a little bit on that, but I mean, most of it's Deshaun Watson's fault.
They still even made the playoffs without Nick Chubb, though.
It's 2 things. I think the offensive play calling was a huge reason, and that was on full display the other night, because when they finally switched up the offensive play caller, we seen a huge difference from that offense. And then also, I think Jameis Winston, I mean, he just played a basic game. Like, he didn't play spectacular. He didn't play perfect, but, I mean, he just made the basic decisions. And obviously, we know it was supposed to be some interceptions that should have been capitalized, but just didn't go there. I think if we were to see Deshaun Watson with this type of play calling, we could have seen a different version of Deshaun Watson, but we ain't never get to see that. So now it just looks like, oh, he's the bad quarterback. He was so bad. He was awful. When in reality, it was a couple of different things that played into it, because, I mean, when Deshaun Watson was there, they didn't put up over 17 points the whole season so far. Like, in these games of this season, they haven't scored over 17 points. Jameis Winston scored 23 and a half. So I'm like, if that don't say it's not only the quarterback, and it's also the play calling, then I don't know what does, because Jameis Winston in that offense got 23 points and a half when he also should have thrown multiple interceptions. So it's like, it's wild, man. I feel like it's messed up that people put the blame just on Deshaun Watson, especially Browns fans. That's just messed up that they was cheering when he went down. But I mean, that's unfortunately the way it looks, because he was the man playing in that awful play call and in that awful system at the time. So it does just look bad for him. So,
well, I have one pushback on that, is because they switched that whole offense up for Deshaun Watson. They switched the offense up to more fit Deshaun Watson's style of play, and I wouldn't blame even half of it on the play caller. Deshaun Watson was playing awful. He was playing awful. He was missing wide open receivers. He was overthrowing wide open receivers. His vision looked like it was terrible.
That's valid. That's valid.
I think Deshaun Watson's just not the same dude from when he was in Houston.
That's clear.
No.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that, because that's obvious. He was obviously missing throws, and he just, I don't know what it was, but he wasn't there. They said no more massages, and he said, okay, no more skill then. Like, I don't know what happened.
Oh my God.
Hey, he couldn't get the arm loose.
His muscles wasn't working right
He had
after
too
that.
much tightness up here, you know.
But I mean, we've never seen a person. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a person take a year off of football and then come back and be the same player.
That's what I was.
I don't,
I think him being suspended and the injuries. I think the game just became too fast for him. Like he couldn't
yeah,
adjust or make
yeah.
adjustments to improve
Dude,
his game. I think it's too much for him.
he had no arm strength left. Like, have you seen some of his throws? Like, he would like underthrow like everything. I just remember like watching when we played him and we beat the Browns. Like, I just remember seeing him like underthrow like everybody.
Hey,
Like it was.
He had a shoulder injury last year that ended it for him, didn't he?
Yeah, that's probably has something to do with it
Yeah.
right there. And he's probably not the same from that. He's not the same from, taking a year off. He's not the same from probably all the mental instability from the amount of people that wish he was like not alive, from everything he's done. Like, I'm surprised he's even allowed to play football at this point. I mean, shit.
I mean, yeah,
I don't think he should have been allowed to play football personally, but
yeah.
um, it is what it is. But yeah, he's probably that injury. He probably played his last game.
probably.
I think.
He
I don't
probably.
think anyone's going to
That
want
might be it.
anything. No one else is going to want anything to do with him. No one. And obviously, the Browns aren't going to want to pay that money.
Which is
So, or
crazy
they're on the hook. But
because nobody wanted anything to do with him before he got that contract. How the hell did he get $230 million guaranteed?
Bro, it's the
And
Browns.
nobody
it's
wanted him.
Cleveland, bro. It's the Cleveland Browns. They're desperate for a quarterback. They've never had a quarterback ever. Like
But it's
literally.
like you could
That's
have got even if you wanted to, say screw all the allegations, you didn't have to pay him $230 million.
thank you. Thank
That deal actually broke the entire quarterback market. That's why
You
you're
could have
seeing
gotten him
Yeah.
for a
250
steal.
million. That deal right there did it.
Yeah. They could have probably easily paid him like 20, like 15 mil or something like that.
and it's
Like backup
like
and
I can agree with that. And it's like if he didn't want to take that, then let him walk. That's clearly not your guy if he don't want to take the smaller amount. Like let him go somewhere. And it's like, bro, I mean, either that or play in the NFL. But for the Browns, bro, you can't keep making these stupid decisions time after time. Like
Terrible.
it's ridiculous. And I'm like, okay, you like you said, Fred, you built the offense around him, and now you can't get the offense to work.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like it's just stuff like that where it's ridiculous, bro.
How do people like that, like how, like the people that run the Browns, like how do people like that have a job like in the NFL? How do you get to that level of career? Like that
Bro,
just
you made a
blows my mind.
$230 million mistake and you still have a job? That's crazy.
And they gave
Why?
up Baker. Look at what Baker Mayfield's doing. They
should have kept Baker.
Baker Mayfield when they made that trade happen. They gave up on him, and now look what he's doing.
He wasn't even that bad when he was there. I mean, he had some off years, but he was still younger. So, like, you might as well, like, ride it out with him over choosing, a guy that didn't deserve anything at all. Like,
That's facts.
Baker Mayfield is the best example of that. Because, I mean, that man been playing some of the best ball of his career in these past 2 years. So,
yeah, this year especially, he's been lights out. I mean, he probably going to go through a little rough stretch. He might go through a little bit of a rough stretch now because
Oh yeah, no weapon.
he don't got nothing there now. But
Forgot about that.
I was hoping they would get Deontay Johnson, honestly. But shout out.
I did not. I did not want that.
I was hoping he would go there because I feel like Deontay Johnson would have ate there.
Deontay Johnson is right where he belongs, somewhere in the AFC. Get him out of the NFC South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that back to the games. That Commanders game, Rob. That was a defining moment for me for Week 8 because you had the number 1 and number 2 overall picks of Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels going back and forth. And then Caleb Williams started turning it up in the fourth quarter. He thought he had a game-winning drive with 25 seconds left. Then all of a sudden, that Hail Mary. Jaden Daniels actually had 12 seconds. Even though he was scrambling, he had 12 seconds to
all
throw
the
the ball.
time in the world. Yeah.
I will never understand. I've thought about this multiple times, and I've seen seen the Lions do it once, but I would never understand why this isn't done often. Where on last plays where teams have a Hail Mary, like I get you want to be super cautious, you want to send everybody back, but why give a quarterback that much time to run? Why are you sending a 3-man rush and allowing the quarterback to even throw a bomb all the way downfield? Send a 4-man rush and let the rest of your people take care of the business they're supposed to take care of. Like, to me, it erases all of that possibility if you send a 4-man rush. Hell, even a 5-man blitz. Like, even if you send a blitz or something, like, it just erase the whole possibility of the receivers even getting all the way downfield.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that just stops it right in its tracks and clears it, because no other situation do you see guys sending a 3-man rush. Like, it's rare, but I'm like, to me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, send a 4-man pass rush, hell, send a blitz, and just erase all that pocket time waiting for guys to get downfield for one last bomb. That's just how I've been thinking of it, and I don't understand why we don't see more of that in the NFL.
Well, yeah, that is a good point of that. But back there was one guy that made a big-ass mistake. I know y'all see that Tyreek Stevenson clip. Bro, what were you doing, bro? I know he was going to
ball
talk
down
all week.
Gotta smack the ball down.
All
Down,
week
not
long.
up, down.
Not only that, but did y'all see what he did while the play was happening? He was barking at the Commanders fans.
Bro was on one.
Game is over.
Bro was
and then you go jog back there and then not even do the right thing. Yeah, like, man, what are you doing? Get on the play. And then you in the midst of the play, instead of batting it down, you bat it up in the air, and Noah Brown catches the touchdown. And then he was betting before the game. They got clips of him betting with Commanders fans before the game of how the Bears were going to win. I know he spent this week all in film study in the doghouse, running sprints, suicides.
Oh my God.
I know he deleted that Instagram.
He lucky. Oh yeah, I know that. That
he deleted that Instagram.
Oh, yeah. All that social media would be gone if that was
yes,
that
sir.
shit would be gone so fast.
That Instagram couldn't make it to the bus.
Man. You know what he reminded me of? I know y'all seen the clip when NCA 25 dropped, the cornerback from North Carolina. He hyping up the crowd and then gets burnt on the stop and go route.
Got burnt for 6. Yep, that's exactly who he looked like. I'm like, he recreated a live version of that. I'm like, bro, how stupid are you, bro? Like,
hey, maybe if he was back there earlier, he could have made a difference of that ball game. But they caught him in 4K chirping to the Commanders fans. I'm like, dang.
That was crazy. It was crazy.
I got one more game before we move on, though. That Texans and Colts game was pretty good. But can we talk about how Anthony Richardson, my guy from Florida, just costed himself that current job? Why are you out there? Okay, I get scrambling. But you cannot tap yourself out of the game as a quarterback.
Took a break.
You
took a break.
Not as a quarterback. Receivers, yes. A quarterback, no. You're the leader. You were paid to be out there to lead the offense for you to win the game. That was such a bad look. I was like, is this man injured again? Then you will come out in the post-game interview said, oh, I was a little tired. Okay. Joe Flacco, you saw what Joe Flacco's been doing across the league. You just costed yourself a starting job. And you was the 4th overall pick a year ago. Now the team looks at you completely differently now.
Brother, the Batman couldn't even got that information out of me.
Man.
Boy,
why would he say that? Yeah, why would he say that?
Ankle, something. My hammy, something.
Right. I twisted my ankle. Something.
Man,
hell no.
You got to come up with any excuse other than
you gotta lie.
Any excuse.
I had a shoulder stinger.
Bro got a little too truthful. And maybe it would have been okay if they like blew him out, they won the game or something. Then maybe it would have been like, ha 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 ha, he was tired. But bro, you lost.
Yeah.
He lost the whole locker room with that. And it's fast. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I love me some Anthony Richardson because I'm a Florida fan. And he has potential, don't get me wrong. But throwing 10 for 32, 175 pass yards, 1 touchdown interception.
He's not a quarterback.
I'm surprised they only lost by 3 against the Texans.
Yeah.
Go ahead and pull Terrell Pryor. Go ahead and go line up that receiver because he can't throw. Well, he can throw, but not for accuracy. He just throw far. That's it.
You got a rocket. It's not accurate.
Rocket on him. He could throw that joint 80 yards, but if you try to get him to hit a 10-yard out, good luck. That should
over
go
with.
20 yards over his head.
Yeah, it's over with for him. I think also too. I I I feel two ways about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, coach, go ahead, start Joe Flacco. Also, I'm like tied in the middle because I'm like, Richardson is so young, bro. He's still such a young quarterback. So I'm like, coach,
Oh yeah.
4-4 right now. I get they want to keep hope for the season, so they gonna start Flacco, but also like, bro, like let's be real about it too. Like you might as well let your young guy go out here and stink it up while he's young and just build his chops. Like I mean, if this is the guy you wanted on your team to potentially be a franchise quarterback, he got to learn one way or another. And it's like with quarterbacks now, bro, the league be so quick to call it quits on quarterbacks. So it's like, yeah, you putting them on the sideline, but are you putting them on the sideline because you don't want them to play at all, or are you going to put them on the sideline to like actually learn from Joe Flacco? So that's my thing. Like I don't mind them starting Joe Flacco, but I think that needs to be very clear to Richardson of like, all right, look, we're gonna put you on the sideline just to kind of sit you and help you out. We're gonna have you watch the game a little bit, like and pick up some skill from learning on the sidelines. But if they like, we don't want you to play anymore, then it's like, bro, you just wasted your whole time. Like you just wasted your picks and everything on a guy you thought was your franchise. So
Yeah.
that's my only thing there. I think they need to make that very clear to him, what the intention is.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. But at the same time, like Tom said, there's things you just can't do. And
Yeah.
tapping your head out of the game in the fourth quarter, you basically
Hey,
gave up on your guys. You basically just gave up on them.
bro gotta lock in. Bro gotta lock
Like,
in. That's all it is, man.
even if they're tired,
He not
bro, fight through
there.
that shit. You are a professional.
You get
He not there.
paid to play a game. You
Nah,
literally get
for
paid to
real.
play
You
football.
get paid to play a
Millions.
kids game at that.
Millions of dollars at that.
He got
Receivers and running backs can do that, but a quarterback that's in charge of all the other 10 players, and you're the leader, basically the leader of the team for
Even if
most
you're a
teams.
skill position, bro, like if it's the fourth quarter and
Oh,
it's a close game,
yeah.
like even doesn't matter what you're playing, you lock the hell in and
And
you fucking fight
you
through it,
fight
man.
through it.
Yeah.
You fight through it. That's why you
That's where
condition
grit.
at practice. Work hard at practice. And then what makes it
Yeah.
even worse, oh my gosh, not only was he saying he tired, but it's like, bro, it ain't like you, Aaron Rodgers, and you said, oh, I was tired. Bro, you 22 years old. You supposed to be in the best shape of your life.
Yeah, right?
You're supposed to be in the best shape of your life. You're 22 years old. There's no such thing as, oh, I'm tired right now. Like, come on, bro. That's ridiculous. I don't know what the hell he be doing at practice, but it clearly ain't no conditioning drill.
Yeah. And what makes it worse is he's an athletic freak of nature. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like you ain't got stamina behind all that athleticism.
that's facts.
Like,
See, I think he could get the job back, but if you just didn't come out the mouth and say that, I think he would still be the starter today. But that whole message right there for the locker room and Shane Steichen putting trust in him. That just blew it.
yeah.
That completely blew it. So
Uh,
hopefully he gets it back. But Flacco, the way he's been playing over the years, that's the wrong guy to give your spot up to
what?
for you doing the wrong thing.
And I got Flacco on my fantasy team. I hope he do go back here.
Hey, let me get a running back. I know.
You dropped Chase Brown.
I did, bro. That was
Well, I scooped him up so
Bro,
Bro, you
fast.
try to trade me straight, Najee for Bijan. You lost your damn mind.
Hey yo, I
Hey, Fred,
respect.
I'm
I
I'm
respect the
I'm gonna
trade.
give you a defense for Bijan, bro.
Oh, I
Bron-
definitely need a
oh,
defense.
Broncos
man.
I
defense.
definitely
Hey,
need a
man,
defense,
I'm
but
throwing all
you
the
done bumped your head
out.
too.
I'm throwing any and every deal out there. Nobody is safe. My star running back has been on IR since week 1.
Oh,
I
you
did
have
not think
Damn.
first pick. I forgot.
bro, I did not think I was gonna be struggling like this and scrambling. And then Nico Collins got hurt. Sorry, this is off topic. This is off topic. But yeah, well, we can talk about that later. My bad. I done got way off topic.
No, you're good, bro. You're good.
We don't follow no topics over here, brother.
Okay.
The injury bug done got me too this year, man.
Man,
I'm sitting 4
I'm
and 4.
rolling right now, man. I knock on wood, but I'm on a 4-game winning streak.
I'm
Jake, I kind of fleeced Jake a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Jake stupid. I told Jake that, but
He wasted.
No, I already knew the minute I saw that trade, I was ready to veto it. To be honest,
Wait, what
He's
happened?
out
bro,
there.
I
bro,
got Kenneth
Rob
Walker
finessed
for
me.
Marvin Harrison and Xavier Worthy.
When I saw Fred,
God,
when I
man.
saw it on my phone that morning, I was ready to honestly veto it. But I asked Jake in the group chat. I was like, "All right, Jake, why'd
Oh,
you
I
do
got
it?" He
IU
said,
too, by the
Uh,
way. In
I mean, he
addition,
hurt. So
well, yeah, but like to get
"That was
both
the
of them.
point. He got better minus IU.
bro, you gotta ask Jake like 3-4 times if you really meant to do it.
I did. Rob, did I not? I asked him. He said, "Yeah, it was a fair trade."
Then
No,
you gotta ask him like
it
two
was
more
at the
times after
time.
that.
At the time, it was kind of fair because Kenneth Walker was like coming off injury. You know, he hadn't been playing really like that, so his value was kind of lower than it is
I
now.
mean,
But
I feel like hasn't
Mar-
Marvin Harrison Jr. has only had like one
well,
good game.
well, before
Oh,
he was lighting it up in the early part of the season. He was doing really well, so it was kind of even at the time. But now that you look at it, then it looks a little. You know, it definitely favors me. But you know. Anyway, we'll forget about that right now.
Bro.
You know, we'll talk about that later.
but yeah. But speaking of rookies, we're gonna move on to the next segment here. We're gonna be giving our early NFL rookie report card grades. So I got 5 of the top rookies from the 2024 draft class this year. Starting off with the first player, Caleb Williams. What is his early rookie report card grade?
Hmm.
I say we give Caleb Williams a solid C plus. And I say a solid C plus because you see flashes of the reasons that the Bears drafted him. You see flashes of the skill that he has. And then there's also times where you see him struggle. Sometimes he doesn't get the ball out as fast as he should. He's missing some easy throws. Again, you see kind of right in that middle ground of, oh, he's playing great. He's completing these passes, hitting open targets, putting the ball exactly where it needs to be, controlling the offense. And then you also see the flip side of that. So I say he's right in the middle ground of a C plus. And a big reason for that too is the Bears. I mean, they're sitting at a positive record right now, so obviously it looks good for them. But I feel like the Bears have been getting carried by the defense. A lot of these games and a lot of these matchups. It probably took about the first 3 weeks for the offense to actually have some sort of rhythm and actually make something happen and see the skill guys get the ball. But I think for Caleb Williams, I'd go on the road of saying a solid C plus for him. Not too good, but also not bad. Where it's time to really start having some crazy discussions or some crazy hot takes on him. I think he's right where he needs to be as a rookie quarterback who's playing in his first year, especially with a team that does not have the best offensive play calling.
I mean, I'm basically right there. I actually gave him a B minus, just a little bit higher, only because I do see the flashes, like you saying. Um, Also, it goes down onto the record too. I know the defense hasn't been playing very well, but I mean, I feel like this might be one of the. Well, I feel like this is the best that the Bears have played in quite some time, and I mean, defense is very good, but I mean, you're not really doing much for a quarterback. So, um, I mean, obviously they're probably not making the playoffs, but uh, I think there is hope there in the coming future. So, off of hope alone, I give him a B minus.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all.
I would agree. I think Fred, that's probably about the grade I would give him, B minus. You know, he's had his ups and downs, and if we were doing this through like the first 3 weeks or so of the season, I would be at like a D plus or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But no, he was terrible
he
to
was. He
start.
was.
Terrible.
Honestly, his last game he wasn't very good either.
No, he threw for like what 130 yards. I don't
He had
even know
like
what it was.
40 yards in the first three
Yeah,
quarters. It was
yeah,
bad.
it
So
was bad.
I
Yeah,
It was
turned up
bad.
in
feel
the
like
fourth.
the big reason is the play calling though too though. I feel like a lot of the play calling was screwing him in a way because it wasn't anything that was setting him up for success. And like granted, it wasn't all on the play call because he has to execute some of these plays, but I feel like the play caller wasn't even giving him a fair chance to actually make anything happen. So
Yeah,
like I agree with that. On the first 3 weeks, it looked awful. And I don't know if it was all his fault because at one point the Bears was like fans and media was really, really on tail about possibly letting the OC go and like coaching change. They was on tail about it early on, but yeah,
I think the engine of that offense too is DeAndre Swift because not only was Caleb playing like trash, he was also playing like trash. I mean, that old line wasn't blocking nothing.
Oof.
But
True.
now it's been a lot better, and DeAndre Swift has had very good games. And Caleb also has had very good games lately, besides this last game. But I'd say, yeah, for now it's a B minus. I mean, it's been a kind of up and down season. We'll see what happens at the end. I do think they have enough talent to maybe make some noise. Maybe they sneak in as a wild card. Maybe, I don't know. There's a chance. What's their record right now?
it's
They're
four.
4-3.
Yeah, they're not bad. I mean, they're in the
They're also
mix.
at the bottom of the
There's
division.
a lot of bad
They
teams this year.
lost though.
There's a
That was
lot.
good. Just lost.
There's a lot of bad teams this year. A lot.
Yeah, in the NFC especially.
There's a lot of teams that are 2-6. It's crazy how many 2-6 teams there are this year. I think it's at least like 8. It's crazy.
Yeah, 2-16 definitely the vibes for a lot of these teams in the NFC.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is these teams gonna be playing each other in the playoffs, and I mean somebody's gonna win. So I think, yeah, it's still it's a toss up almost because you don't know who might just get hot. Like one of these teams might just get hot, and like we were saying, the Rams. We know the Rams can beat. I mean, they can hang with anybody in NFC. So it's like, yeah, they got this 2-6 record right now, or they got this bad record right now that's not up to where their skill level is. But it's like come playoffs, people can't let that fool them because the Rams gonna mess around and upset somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Rams the rest of the way. But we'll get to that. Tom, what's your grade, man?
I agree with Manny for this one. I give Caleb Williams a C plus. He does have that. He is one of the reasons why the Bears are 4-3. But like you guys said, they lean more towards their defense, especially early on in the season. I don't know. I feel like I haven't been. I'm kind of critical on what these college analysts provide is basically what their takes on it. How they keep throwing this generational talent nickname around anybody they love that can throw a good deep ball or has some pretty solid stats. A lot of people were saying this guy is supposed to be the next Patrick Mahomes. I still don't see it, and I didn't see it with him against ranked opponents in his college career. So I just feel like if you're going to give this guy this type of standard, he should be playing a little bit better. But I get it. He is a rookie. He's got 9 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a QBR of 47.5. At times, you can see, like Manny said, you can see why he was the first overall pick. I just feel like we're not seeing those magical plays, though. And maybe that will come as time goes on. The running game, though, DeAndre Swift, like you said, Rob, who was supposed to be the engine of the offense, it took him a long time to get going.
Yeah.
And something that a lot of rookie quarterbacks need to depend on, a running game. And he didn't depend on that. The offensive line, too, struggled mightily a lot in the beginning part of the season. That game where they got manhandled against the Texans on that Sunday Night Football game, sacked 6-7 times. So they're starting to come along offensively, but I think a C plus is what I'll give Caleb Williams so far.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and I think one of the killers for the Bears, like how you mentioned that analysts always saying, "Oh, this guy's next Pat Mahomes. This is generational talent." I think what a lot of them guys fail to realize is the game is just evolving. Like Pat Mahomes was the one who pushed the game to go further, like making these crazy throws, the cross body throws on the run, like these difficult throws behind the back, weird stuff that he's done to the game is like almost the new standard for QBs because now, yeah, every quarterback can't do it just as good or just as consistent, but they can do it. I mean, we see C.J. Stroud in his second year. He be throwing bombs on the run when he's out the pocket. Lamar Jackson, like you can name multiple quarterbacks that's doing this now. Even Josh Allen, like Jalen Hurts. It's so many quarterbacks that's doing this now that can throw good on the run. It can make some of these crossbody throws. It may not look flawless like Pat Mahomes, but it's getting done now. So when analysts see these college people do that, they're like, "Oh, this guy's he's next generational talent. He's such, and it's like, bro, that's not the case. The game is just evolving. Like we're seeing quarterbacks who aren't even that skilled be able to make these type of throws. So I think that's probably the biggest part on that with analysts and stuff saying, oh, this guy's Pat Mahomes and this guy's Lamar Jackson, this guy looks like him. It's just the game is evolving. That's all it is.
Yeah, that is true when you put it together like that, and everybody's looking for that next Patrick Mahomes. But like
Yeah,
what Vince had just commented, like every first overall pick can't beat Mahomes. It's realistic,
literally, man.
and
Some first round picks is Joe Flacco.
I think it's just
Oh,
based off of what your team needs. Like if you're running an offensive system that has a pocket passer, okay. If you want to do a threat guy, not everybody can be Lamar Jackson either. So it's just like it's just the standard how these analysts perceive it. That's why I kind of like just have my own perspective on things now with this, but it is what it is. Jaden Daniels, I think we're all gonna have a high grade on him. What's your guys' letter grade for Jaden Daniels so far?
This is an easy one.
Jaden Daniels, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him A minus. A, I ain't gonna say A plus, but I mean he's been playing. He's definitely at an A. He's in that 90% range for sure, man. I mean this dude don't look like he's a rookie quarterback, but also I don't want to say the game is easier for rookies, but I just want to say, like, for rookies, a lot of times we see them thrive in that first year because there's not much film. There's not much that other coordinators get to look at on the things that these rookie quarterbacks are doing. So, yes, Jaden Daniels has been playing great, throwing multiple touchdown passes. Obviously, had the big Hail Mary, hitting his targets where it needs to be. But he also got some loaded weapons over there, too, on that offense. Like, that can't be slept on. And we see a lot of chuck it to 15 yards and it goes 30. We see a lot of, throw it to the flats and it's going further, or throw it on a crossing route and it's going further. But I say definitely A minus minimal. That's me being a tough grader right there. That's an A minus.
I'm slapping the A on him. All right. I mean, I'm looking at these stats. I see 71% completion rating, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks, with a QBR of 104 for a rookie. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
He has a good running back in Brian Robinson, and then he also has Terry McLaurin to throw to. That helps a lot. But I mean, he still has to throw the ball to him. So, and I feel like he's done everything that he's needed to do to win games and to look like rookie of the year. So that's why I'm slapping that A on him.
This is facts.
Bro,
All right, man.
I'm gonna say A plus, man. I'm gonna say A plus. I mean, you're a rookie. It's your first year to be 6-2, top of the division, to have over a 70% completion percentage as a rookie, as a dual threat quarterback who I don't know the actual like rushing stats, but it's looking like he's got a few hundred rushing yards as well, probably 400 or 500 rushing yards. So have all these stats and not turn the ball over and to be as accurate as he is, and it's just crazy to see. He's one of the best rookies I've seen. I knew he was gonna. I knew he was gonna be good, but I didn't think he was gonna be this good this soon. I knew he was gonna be good, but not this fast. It does help. Like y'all said, he has a good offense. Man, is it good to see Terry have a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm. He
I
also has a good
really,
offensive coordinator too.
yeah, that too. And I've always liked Terry, even though he's on the Commanders, but I've always liked Terry as a player. He's one of my favorite receivers. I think he's one of the most underrated, underappreciated receivers in the league.
Oh, yeah.
He is very, very, I think he's elite, honestly. I think he's really good. I do. But anyways, yeah, no, I think he's got an A plus. You couldn't have asked for more as a Commanders fan, to be 6-2 after the years and years of mediocrity that they've been through. They haven't done nothing in so long.
Lord.
In the postseason, they have done nothing. So you couldn't ask for better right now if you're a Commanders fan.
Yeah. I'm agreeing with Rob on this one. That's an A plus, man. I mean, I'm a big fan of Jaden Daniels, even though he is in our division, Rob. I mean, this guy's got it all. I mean, I'm seeing magical plays. I'm seeing a great dual threat quarterback this early in his NFL career. His arm in the pocket is that deep ball, man. I'm telling you
It's
that
deep.
you don't see that
It's
being
like
that
that.
like that as a rookie. I think he's got the it factor already, and that's hard to say about somebody that's played like under 10 games, but you could see it. Like I'm seeing somebody that's having a good rookie season, like what CJ Stroud had last year, what Dak had in 2016, what Ben Roethlisberger had when he came onto the scene. That's how good Jaden Daniels has looked. And like Rob said, they're 6-2, first place in NFC East. Him and Dan Quinn has really changed the culture out there in DC because like they're always at the bottom of the NFC East year in and year out. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury has done a good job too, basically giving him like a college style offense. So the game isn't too much for him to absorb as a rookie, or for him not to like really understand defenses or his own offensive scheme. So I like that. But yeah, I think this guy is going to be a threat. And once the Commanders really build around him, I mean, this is just his first year. They're going to be so busy during the offseason.
They're going to be set.
Yeah, getting him good draft picks, getting him more receiving help. I mean, I think they're going to be a threat for a long time if they keep this up.
I got to give y'all some pushback. Everybody gave him an A, so I got to be a villain, of course. I get it. He's been playing great, but we got to factor in the teams he's been playing. Like, let's be honest. The competition he's been playing ain't been jumping. And the teams that he has played with at least a top 10 defense, those teams have all been losses. Whenever they played the Ravens, they lost. They played the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they lost. Those two defenses, not necessarily elite, but they're respectable type of defenses. Bears, they should have lost that game. Let's be honest. Like Bears, let's be honest. They should have lost that game. They played good against the Bears. They did move the ball, but if it wasn't for that last play, that's another L. And I'm not saying the Bears is a spectacular defense in the NFL. All I'm saying is the Bears are respectable defense, but looking at these games that in the matchups that they have won, the only elite pass rush that they played where they actually won the game was the Cleveland Browns, and we know the Cleveland Browns couldn't score the ball at all when they had Deshaun Watson there. So it's just I have to consider the competition that they've been playing. I don't want to water it. Oh, he's not good because they've been beating teams. Because a win is a win. In the NFL, it's hard to come by whatever. Like, I want to disregard that, but I just got to pose the question. Like, all right, when we see him start playing some actual dogs, mind you, this is a watered down division. This division is, let's be honest, kind of trash.
Hey, the Eagles in there.
You're not lying.
I just said, let's be honest, kind of trash. So when they start seeing some dogs, like then okay, like I'm gonna be interested in what happens. Like I don't think they play the Lions at all, but if they were to play the 49ers, which is a juggernaut in the NFC, hell, even you go against the Rams with a respectable quarterback who can keep it competitive in the game, like then it's like, okay, these are going to be wins that's like impressive to me. And I don't even want to use the word impressive because any win, like he pulled off some impressive wins, but these are going to be the wins where it's like, that's no longer excuse in terms of, oh, they played a subpar team, they played an average team in the league. But I just got to consider that aspect too. Don't want to take anything away from how great he has been playing because he's been playing tremendous. Definitely agree still. He gets the A. But, again, got to be the villain and just bring up the slight alternative that could come into play down the line when they actually see some competition.
Yeah, I'm looking at their schedule. They got no competition, like, bro. It's they got.
Hey, my man does have 2 10-point second half comebacks in his young rookie career,
and that's impressive. That's stuff. That's the reason why I say, hey, it's an A. You can't take anything away from his game,
right.
But like these comebacks, let's be real, bro. The Lions down 14 points, they not letting you come back. Like 49ers get down 12 points. It's rare that teams are going to come back. So this is why I say, like, I got to see them play some more competition because they about to play the rest of these division teams. And to me, bro, that's about to be a quick little cakewalk, bro. Giants, I mean, sorry, but the Cowboys.
Whoa. Oh, hey, we suck, but we don't suck that bad. We be able,
I don't think y'all gonna beat Jaden Daniels, bro.
bro. We can give them a fight, yo.
We should have beat them if we had a damn kicker that game.
Hey, you had Dalvin drinking a
Bro,
little shooter before the game.
can I just talk about? Can
He
I
was,
just talk about that? This wasn't in the script, but can I just get this off my chest, bro? Bro, the Cowboys is. Can I just say, like, Jerry Jones' grandpa, please sell the team, because brother, why are you gonna say, oh yeah, Dalvin Cook is now available? We halfway through the season. He been there. What you mean now he available? Oh yeah, we're gonna start Dalvin Cook. Oh, we're gonna give Zeke more carries.
please
You give him more
don't
carries.
give Zeke more carries.
And you know what? You know what made me so mad watching that Cowboys game? Well, we all know this. You have an opening script in football. You have your first 15 to 20 plays scripted. How on a 3rd and 5 in your opening possession you have a fullback dive? Serious? Are you serious?
I'd have turned the game off.
Are you serious, bro? Like we're all as a team, we are not in sync at all. At all. And I think we should have beat the 49. Honestly, if you watch from how we were in the first half, we were physical. We were hanging with them despite our own troubles. We had them at 10-6, but then they just rallied back in the second half. They were more physical. They executed. We couldn't get first downs, move the ball down the field till late in the fourth quarter. I'm just like, this team is depleted all around. And it'll make it better when your owner ain't making no damn moves to make this team better. You see this team needs help. I mean,
That boy
I'm not the one to say.
to make the team worse.
I got a bro. I just got to ask. Why do y'all have this 2017 star-studded running back? Like, y'all got running backs who would have helped y'all team 5 years ago. Y'all could have possibly
Cook crazy.
like
Bro.
if y'all had these running backs 5 years ago, but y'all wait until they're old, like in NFL years they're old. Why did they bring them there in the first place?
Bro, that's Jerry Jones teams, yo. You're willing to think about this. Think about this. You're willing to pay for Zeke. This is the year 2024-25 season. You're willing to pay for Zeke, Dalvin Cook, eat up an unnecessary Trey Lance rookie contract, but you ain't willing to pay $15 million a year to get Derrick Henry, one of, if not the best running back in the game.
I appreciate you.
Pollard.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, that was a blessing because that was a layup for him to come to us. He lives in Dallas in the off season, but we just got a old man running the show.
Thank you,
An
Jerry.
idiot.
Thanking you, Jerry.
And they saying he didn't even know Derrick Henry was available. They said he ain't know he was available until he signed with the Ravens. He said, "Damn, Derrick Henry was. We could have."
Bro, when Jerry Jones said that they don't know if he'd have been running like that over there by the Cowboys.
Bro,
just say you fucked up. That's all you gotta do. Just say I messed up, or you didn't gotta say you messed up, but just say I don't know. Say something better than that because that was terrible. That was terrible.
Just say next question.
Yeah,
like, come on, Brad. Like, and yeah, Jerry, man, he's not good.
He's
He's
definitely something. But
got to sell.
Y'all not gonna be good with that.
So, like, who is y'all GM? What the fuck does he do?
His GM is the son, the Stephen Jones. The whole Jones own everything, bro. We're trapped.
Yeah,
yes, that's what I'm saying.
You need a
bro.
Like, there needs to be a different voice in there.
Bro, I'm saying this for real. God forbid if something happens to Jerry Jones, it's gonna keep happening unless they sell because Stephen Jones, his son, is just as bad. You ask him, why don't you trade? I think they asked him, like, would you give up a second-round pick for Devontae Adams? He'll go sit there and say, no, the draft capital is more important. What's more important? A team that you know can at least compete or a second-round pick that you probably going to whiff on because we can't even hit on second-round picks as of now over the last few years. So it's just like his son is just even worse.
It's like y'all in halfway win now mode.
Bro, I'm telling you, his motto heading into season, we're all in. What did you do to make us all in? What did you do? What?
I got Zeke.
Bro, that cracks me up every time I hear it.
Bro, he literally said we're all in. You see how depleted we are at wide receiver, bro? after CeeDee Lamb, we got basically a return specialist team, a special teams unit. Bro, Turpin, Dak Prescott, I'm not even going to lie about that either. Dak threw a Dr. Turpin on that third play before the fourth down play that could have moved us down the field. And the man, it hit him in the face mask, and it was basically a drop. But after Brandon Cooks went down, yo, we got special teams guys out there running routes, bro. But you don't want to make no trades.
Hey, you resigned Mike McCarthy too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in win now mood.
You're all in, Tom.
All in on Mike McCarthy.
Oh, man. How about the Cowboys?
Bro, this the worst all-in of my life. This is the worst. I think this is the worst suffering I had in a long time with this.
Nah,
I suffer in the playoffs, but damn, I deserve a vacation before then. We getting belt
like
ass.
y'all always like supposedly the best team on paper. Like y'all always come into the leagues be like a top 5 team somewhere around there. But like, I mean, usually during the regular season, y'all a pretty good team. It just y'all fold in the playoffs. But like even in the regular season now, you ain't got nothing good to look forward to,
Yeah.
brother.
It ain't. You can't even make fun of the Cowboys for not
Right.
failing playoffs because they failing in the regular season.
Like they couldn't even build you up to push you off. They just push you off from the start.
Bro, I already told y'all the recipe weeks ago. All you gotta do against this team, get up 14-3, run the ball early. Once they down 14-3, they panic. I mean, like, I want to know what goes on in the headsets. They probably like chickens out the coop, trying to scramble to do what to do next. Like, there's no brain activity once they're down 14-3, yo. They just panic and don't know. They can't come back.
Mm. Mm.
But yeah, it's sad times, man. It's sad times. But back to the rookies. Next rookie on the list is Marvin Harrison Jr. What letter grade do you guys give him?
I think for Marvin Harrison, I'm gonna go solid B plus. I'll give him a B plus, B plus. I think he's been playing good. We haven't really seen him like drop passes and stuff. I think he route running from what I've seen, getting open, and obviously we know when it comes to the jump balls, he's grabbing those. So I think because of that, he's been playing great. Kyler's been doing a good job putting him in situations where he can show how great he is as well. And I think that contributes a lot to it. If I had to say anything of like getting better or any aspect, it's not much I can say. I really don't have anything where I can say, oh, he can improve. But I mean, as long as he keeps it up through the season, I think then we'll see, way up to like, oh, the A plus type of grade. But as of right now, I definitely go like B plus.
Mm. I think I'm gonna go with a B minus actually. I mean, when you're the number one wide receiver taken off the board, I think I just want to see more. I'm looking right here. I see 5 touchdowns. I like that, but 26 receptions doesn't really seem like he's that productive. And that also is a little bit on Kyler because he doesn't have the best vision in the world.
You're wild for that. You're wild for that.
I mean, he don't. I mean, it don't help do 4'11". So.
Hey, yeah, you crazy.
You wild for that.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. But
He's a small.
he's a small dude. He's a small dude. But yeah, from the number one receiver taken off the board, I just need to see more. He is a great route runner. Good hands and everything. It just this is the big leagues right now, and in the big leagues, I need you to show like you're a big leaguer. So for that, I'm giving him a B minus.
Yeah, I'd probably say about a B because I just feel like they don't get him the ball enough. I feel like he should get more targets. Looking at his targets, 3 targets, 8 targets, 11 targets, 6 targets, 7 targets, 2 targets, 6, 7. Like, he should be getting 8 to 10 a game.
Easily.
100% be getting 8 to 10 a game.
Who are your other wide receivers over there? Why is he not?
Michael Wilson, I mean, he's solid. He's okay. Other than that, he should be getting, no, screw the 8. He should be getting 10 targets a game.
10 to 12.
10 to 12 targets a game as a number one, bona fide number one receiver.
Mm-hmm.
There is no excuse for that. Like, he's clearly got it. I think he's got incredible talent. Not me being biased or anything. I don't think he's the best rookie receiver in the draft, but I've been known that. But I still think that he could be sitting somewhere around 600-700 yards if he would get the ball. I don't know what's going on, but sorry, Jake's blowing up the damn chat because of Freddie Freeman.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think something bad happened again, Tom. But anyways, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I think, it's a B only because he just hasn't gotten the opportunities that I think he deserves. I think the offensive coordinator should scheme him the ball more. But what happened, Fred? Please just lay it on me.
Mr. Freddie Freeman hit a 2-run homer.
Again?
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, that's
Bro, check drug testing right now.
bad.
Drug testing. That's crazy.
Bad.
We're
Well,
getting swept.
this
It's over.
done.
But Tom, can we just skip that topic, bro? I don't even want to talk about it no more.
That's done. This is serious.
We'll go. I'm sorry, man. We're gonna have to cover. I
We're
don't
gonna
want
cover it, but I ain't saying much.
Yes,
I might say a lot or nothing at all. We'll see how I feel. But
It's over.
but yeah, no, Marvin Harrison B minus, or not B minus, B. Sorry. What's your grade, Tom?
Honestly, I'm gonna give him a C plus. I know I'm not asking him really to live up to what his father's legacy was. I mean, we all know how great he was with the Indianapolis Colts. But I want to see that guy that was that number one wide receiver heading into the draft from Ohio State because he did a lot of great things. And his rookie season really hasn't started off the way I thought it would have been. Like Rob said, this offense, he should be getting 10 to 12 targets a game. Honestly, on a lot of play calls, that should be the way how the offensive coordinator should have schemed it up. He should be Kyler Murray's first read and his read progressions, honestly. But I just feel like the connection between Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kyler Murray really hasn't taken off to the level that I thought it would have at this point in the of the football season. Because, I mean, let's be honest, he does only have 2 100-yard receiving games. He is a rookie, but I feel like you got to just be more. I feel like you got to be more there as the number one guy because there really isn't much help for him to depend on. They got a pretty solid tight end over there, but other than that, who do they really have? Who does Kyler Murray really have in the offense? So, I would have said easily, and I even got the ESPN notification about Freddie Freeman. But yeah, that's definitely a C plus. But yeah, I know he's gonna take off. I just want to see, more between them because it's like, Kyler, you haven't had a number one wide receiver since DeAndre Hopkins has been gone. So I think you really got to know what you're using and what you have. I don't want to say that kind of. I mean, everybody has their own jobs, but I know they got a defensive-minded head coach. That really doesn't have anything to do with it. But maybe Kyler Murray would have benefited if he had an offensive-minded guy instead of a defensive-minded guy. But yeah, I give Marvin Harrison a C plus.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, go ahead and go first with this one because the next one is your guy, Malik Neighbors. What's your letter grade? Don't give him too high. Say no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I probably give him probably an A or B plus because he's been amazing, and he's doing his best he can with Danny Pennies over there, but at the same time, I have seen some drops that I don't like. I saw another one last night that was really bad. It was like a third down slant, and if he would have caught it, he probably would have ran to the house like 50 yards or something like that. He had a lot of open space. He's dropped some really easy passes. That things like that will happen as a rookie. Um, another play in yesterday's game. He thought he was in college still, only got 1 foot down.
Oh
But
yeah.
you know, other than that, he's been everything I could have asked for besides those couple of mental miscues. He's been amazing. He's the targets that he's been getting is what Marvin Harrison should be getting.
Well, I don't know about
Like
that much. They've been killing this boy
no,
over there.
there was one game he had like 18
They been
targets.
killing that
18
boy
targets.
Neighbors over there.
Okay, that's 18 targets. That's a little too much. But like a healthy 12 targets a game, 12 targets a game, that's fine. That's good. Um, you know, like he is crazy. I know I'm a Giants fan, but I still stand by this either way. Regardless, I think he's the most talented, best receiver in the draft by far. Not by far, but he's got a nice step or two over Marvin Harrison right now, for sure. And he was out for a whole month, and he still got like 80 more yards than he does.
That's
That part is great. So I think it's hard. It's hard for receivers because with receivers, like a lot of times they're so dependent on the quarterback to get them the ball, or else it's like, oh, they don't look good. Obviously, we know Neighbors is in an awful situation with Daniel Jones. Ball.
He had like 800 yards if he had a real quarterback.
I think so too. I think you throw Neighbors on any other team with a quarterback who can get him the ball, we see him easily in contention for Rookie of the Year. I think he's up there. I do love one thing I think he has over Marvin Harrison. I love his explosiveness and his ability to create like yards after the catch. Man, like when he gets the ball, he can move, and it's hard to tackle him in open space. Like I think a lot of the receivers we've seen over the past few years that really big games. One of the reasons we put Tariq Hill on such a high pedestal, one of the reasons we put Odell on a high pedestal is because what they can do after they catch the ball. I think Neighbors is right in that same area. Like when he catches the ball, he can get loose. Like he can make things happen. In a way, kind of reminds me of like how Deebo Samuel is always making stuff happen after the catch. And I even Deontay Johnson, another guy. But if I had to grade Neighbors, I'm gonna go C. I'm gonna go a solid C, man. I know he has the skill, but I just haven't been able to see it, and it's because it's mainly because of the quarterback that's there right now. Like it's hard to see all his skill on display. Obviously had those drops, which is huge. When I think about the other receivers going on right now, Marvin Harrison Jr. haven't seen him drop any passes. So like that's another reason why I'm like, okay, I can't put him above there because your main job as a receiver is to catch the ball. And yeah, you might be able to do other things like spectacular catches and create after you attain the ball, but if you catch the ball, all that is out the window. So I think I'm gonna go C for him, being a tough grader again, but I think it's just based on what we're seeing from that team and what they got over there. They're not really giving him enough opportunities to make things happen.
For Malik Neighbors, I will be giving the same grade I gave Marvin Harrison as a B minus. I'm liking Malik Neighbors. I honestly think that he's better than Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
If you just look at the dude is a freak of nature. Just he looks so strong, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was actually
I mean, so you see his arms, like
He got
no
big
weird
ass
shit,
arms.
but bro, he is so big.
I saw it last night on Monday Night Football. I said, hold up, bro. They might give him the AJ Brown or DK Metcalf special. Drug
He is a freak of nature. He would be rated higher, but like Rob said, some of the miscues he's had. Being a rookie, it's gonna happen. Nobody's perfect, obviously. Drop balls, that 1 foot on the sideline. But yeah, other than that, and then the numbers in those first couple of games, the numbers that he was doing for the Giants offense alone, it looked like he had Daniel Jones with two straps around his arms, just pulling Daniel Jones. It was crazy. And
Yeah,
Daniel Jones was just,
pretty much.
I don't know where Malik Neighbors is, but I'm just gonna throw it at a number that kind of looks like his. And he was doing work with it. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna give him the B minus. If he cleans some of that stuff up, I easily could rate him higher because I believe he is better. But for now, I'm giving him the B minus.
I'm gonna give him. I agree with Rob. I'm gonna give him a B plus. I see a lot of potential out of Malik Neighbors. I think he's gonna be a special player. You can see the route running is pretty good already. He's got the speed. He's athletic. Like we just said, no Diddy. He's got the strong arms. I really think that Rob, you guys have found your best wide receiver since Odell Beckham has been in New York. I think this is really good that you guys finally got a good wide receiver like this. If Daniel Jones could play a little bit better, like we all were just saying, I think his stats would be out of this world right now, even better. But I get it. You got to work what you got in Daniel Jones and Brian Dable. That's what I was actually going to ask you, Rob, before we move on. Brian Dable, what do you think, Rob? Keep him around? Do you think the Giants will fire him? What do you think?
I don't know, man. I mean, like, I think they should keep him for now. I mean, it's not help. We keep hitting the reset button like every 2 years. It's like you can't keep doing that, bro. Like you got to just stick. You got to hang on to him for a little bit. You saw the success he had the first year. I feel like that's not a fluke. I think that team was trash. That team was not supposed to do that. That team was not good. Honestly, I think that team was. I mean, it might have been worse than the team this year.
Yeah.
Honestly. We just, had some scrappy games and, won some close games there. Had a much easier schedule, I will say that. But it's, the thing that's hurting them, they hitched their wagon. They hitched their damn wagon on a trash can. They did it. They did it to themselves. And
Crazy work.
if they do get fired, it wouldn't even be that crazy because they did this. They caused this to happen.
Big
They
Daniel
could have.
Jones over Saquon Barkley.
Crazy.
I mean, I'm not even mad about that. The
I would be.
Saquon Barkley thing.
I'd be
That's
pissed.
cool. We're a young team. We don't need to pay a lot of money to a running back. I mean, we have Tyrone Tracy who looks like a stud right now. So that just goes without saying. But they should not have paid Daniel Jones at all. They should have put him on the damn tag and, let him stink up the joint for 1 year and he would have been out of there. If we gave him the tag when we got him that contract, then we would not have him this year. We would have a rookie probably.
Mm-hmm.
We would have somebody else. But here we are. Here we freaking are.
New York, man. I'll tell you.
Dude, I pray to the Lord in heavens above that he does not get hurt, because if he gets hurt, he gets another year guaranteed.
Welcome back, Daniel Jones.
Either way, we're gonna draft a quarterback this coming draft.
I think this time,
regardless, even if he does get hurt, we're gonna have to. I know, people are saying you're not gonna find Jaden Daniels. It's not as good of a quarterback draft. Anything's better than what we got now. So I don't care, bro.
Well, my boy Shadur.
Yeah.
No, I don't want Shadur. I don't want
he
him.
ain't even gonna want to go there anyway, knowing the way.
I want
his daddy.
I want
Cam Ward.
I want Cam Ward, or I want that guy from LSU, Newsmeyer.
Cam Ward would be nice. Cam
Ward would be electric, though, with Neighbors. Would be amazing.
Yeah, that's nasty work right there.
Hey.
I would love to see that. It would give me some hype for the Giants.
What's that? If I go and I see this all the whole season, oh my God, that should turn me up, man.
Hey, Fred, why he getting excited knowing the Giants gonna go out there and draft Carson Beck?
Bro, please, yo. There's no way. There's no way.
Hey, you already know
Bro,
what happened, yo.
there's
Oh my
no way.
Hey, the
There's
God.
no way he could be a
guys
top
live
pick.
pocket passes, bro. Eli Manning, Daniel
No, there's no
Jones,
way, bro. There's
Carson
no
Wentz.
way. There's no way he's gonna go that high. I know they were saying he's gonna go that high, but there's no freaking shot, dude.
From
He's
Eli to Daniel Jones
hey,
to Carson Beck.
don't disrespect Eli. He
Hey,
won 15
I'm not.
rings. All
I'm
right.
not even disrespecting Eli. I'm just saying, like the way like you was going here, and then it's like went like this. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
I actually think this quarterback draft class is going to be so much better than last year's, though. Quinn Ewers is going to be in this class too. That's a lot of good quarterbacks that's going to be taken off the board in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna see. We gonna
We
see.
will see. We will see.
I would love to have Cam Ward, man. Draft him or the guy from LSU or well, who else is coming out? I don't know how I feel about Jalen Milroe. I don't know if I would want him.
I'll take a lot of development. That's a
Look,
project. I like him, but that's a project right there.
I do too,
right.
but yeah, it would take some time.
I see Milroe. I love Bama, bro, but I don't think Milroe is gonna make anything happen like that on the next level. He's doing good. He's balling, but at best, I mean, if he don't come in a perfect situation, he don't need to develop into like a Jalen. That's who he reminds me of now. Definitely same style, same type of flow as Jalen Hurts. I think he could throw a little bit better than what Jalen Hurts could when Jalen Hurts was at Bama. Maybe a little more accurate, but I was like, if he don't come into the perfect situation, I don't think any way he thrives like right away. He would need that couple of years to sit on the sideline and watch, which is fine for most quarterbacks. I don't know at what point it changed for quarterbacks to just come into the NFL and dominate immediately. But yeah, Milroe, like you said, that's a project. That's a project.
Yeah, I think that's going to take time to. He's got to come into the right system, like you said, and but yeah, I think the potential's there, but I think he's definitely going to take years to develop. But we're gonna move on to the next segment here. We're gonna switch gears to the NBA. We'll be sharing our top 5 NBA players currently in the NBA today. So, who's your guys 1 through 5 right now? Top 5 players in the NBA today.
It's so hard.
Look, I got you.
It
Bro,
honestly is really hard.
All that matters is number one. That's
Number
all
one.
that matters.
Number one, easy.
All that matters is number one. And I hope we all on the same page when I say this name, Anthony Edwards. I think he's about to really take over the league. About to be a whole show. I think he's about to just create a whole new vibe in the league. He's bringing that 2010, 2011 feel back, 2007 feel back. Anybody who steps in front of him is getting that work. So, I mean, I watched him play defense like he should. I watch him go play offense on both sides of the ball, which he should. And that's one of the aspects where you guys, a couple of people you can throw out there who's doing those same type of things. But I think Anthony Edwards, from the way he's getting everybody out up and showing up on both sides, I got to play Edwards at number one. I got number one. I have to. Number 2, got to go Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum, I mean, he been doing his thing, man. I mean, he caught a tough break with the Olympics. It was rough. He caught a tough break with the Olympics. He caught a tough break with the Olympics, but, I mean, talking about playing both sides of the ball does that, and then also great rebounder, underrated in that aspect as well, but can really guard 1 through 5. We've seen him do it on that last playoff run. Clearly, it seems like he's come out with a vengeance of making something happen and making it known that he wasn't so happy about the Olympics and not getting any clock. But I think you got to put Jason Tatum up there at top 5.
Dude is 6'10", though. Great rebound. I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
I mean, look, it's a lot of people that be 6'10". Rudy Gobert, 7 foot something, and he still be struggling to grab some boards.
I mean, Giannis, the boy, he be grabbing boards, but he times where he be out there laying that egg and looking goofy on the board. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there, but from what he can do on the offensive standpoint too, compared to like rebounding and everything else, like it's wild because he can score on anybody 1 through 5 too. It don't matter. You have nobody who can guard him. So it's like that's why I put him there. I wouldn't be right if I didn't throw Luka Doncic up here in this top 5 conversation somewhere.
Are you going in order? Are you going backwards?
Number 1 is Anthony
Okay.
Edwards. After that, we're not going in order.
Okay.
I maybe I'm supposed to, but these are just 5.
No, you good. You good. I'll just making sure.
This is just 5. Luka Doncic is in this 5 somewhere. Throwing him in there because, I mean, Luka has been on a tear. This dude should have won MVP in back-to-back years, but, of course, the league just don't want to give it to him for whatever reason. They want to keep giving it all these other awards to everybody else, and B, who be crying about it. And it's Luka should have got MVP. The man been averaging 30 points for, like, the past 2 seasons. Clearly unstoppable and controls the game at a crazy, crazy way. So Luka's up there for sure. Got to go Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is another guy who's been mad consistent over the past few years. He's not resting in games. He's playing every single game that he can, and in these games that he's playing, he's giving you consistent numbers every single time. But that's just another guy where you don't have an answer for on both sides of the ball, mainly on offense, but defense, sometimes we see him slack, but there's also possessions where we see him lock in and actually play some good D. And then from there, I would love to throw Embiid in there, but he always hurt, so I can't do that. But for my 5th, the 5th is tough, man, because there's a lot of young people who can come in at that 5th slot. But, man, I'm going to go for the 5th slot potentially. I hope I don't regret saying this. I hope I don't regret. I think Anthony Davis can be at that 5th slot.
Whoa.
I know. It's a curveball. Hear me out, though.
Man.
Hear me out. I got it. I know it's a curveball.
You've been playing really well though this year. I won't lie.
Anthony, hold on.
He plays
Anthony
well.
Davis has potential to be a number 1, the best player in the league for like 8 years now. Okay, I'm tired of this.
Look, hear me out.
Potential is, I'm tired of the potential with Anthony Davis.
Bro,
he's a very good player, but we're not going on potential. Because if he can go out there and score 30 points one game and then go out there and score 12 points the next game, don't talk to me about him being top 5.
I guarantee you have a double-double, though. Anytime he's playing, he's having an impact where it's like, damn, I forgot how good Anthony Davis was. Anytime he is playing, and he gets such a bad rap about, Anthony Street Clothes Davis, he never played. He always hurt. He get the bad rap, but he still played more games than so many people last year. Played more games than Jimmy Butler is up there. I think it was like 2 games short of Kevin Durant. The man has been playing a lot of games, but it's just every time you see a knick-knack injury, it's always in there. He always hurt. But, like, he still be playing all of these games. If you go look at the count, he's there. So, to me, Lakers don't function without Anthony Davis. Skill-wise, I don't think there's another forward in the league that has more skill than Anthony Davis. Offensively, defensively, let's be real. We know the Defensive Player of the Year award should not have been to Rudy Gobert. Like, come on, bro. You could have given it to anybody else. Anthony Davis is one of those guys who you could have given it to at least once in the past 4 years. So I mean, I know it's a crazy, crazy statement, but Anthony Davis, bro, he's gonna be the one to carry this Lakers franchise down the line, not necessarily this year, but down the line. And I think if we're going based on just top 5 players and what they can do on the court, AD got to be in there, man. He got to be in there.
See, my thing with Anthony Davis is we all know it's there, but I'm tired of seeing LeBron James have to babysit this man, have to chaperone this man. Take over the damn team already. Do it. LeBron is nearly 40. Do it. You should be the man. But
there
I will
should be
say,
no games where he just disappears. And I've seen it multiple times. Just vanishes.
That's what I was going to say.
It's crazy.
And he's so good because you see it, but when he sees a big that's as skilled as him, like I'm going to just say example, 2 guys that eat him up off the rip every single time they match up. Jokic, which you really can't do much against. But Sabonis, come on,
killing.
Sabonis, bro.
Bonus
Come on,
be
man.
cooking. The bonus be cooking.
Bro,
He be killing him every time.
every time they match up against each other. But
The bonus be cooking.
I think, though, I will say, from what I saw of the 2 out of however games the Lakers have played, I caught 2 of the games that I've seen so far this year. I think JJ Redick's trying to bring out something different out of Anthony Davis, though, because you can see, yeah, LeBron is there, but you can tell, like, Anthony Davis off the rip is, like, the first scoring option.
Mhm.
Like, I think you might see more of it. Hopefully, that the whole entire offense might be circled around Anthony Davis, because you can see early on, like, JJ Redick is calling plays like for him to cut to the basket, LeBron throwing alley-oops to him, and he's getting a little aggressive offensively. And you see it in game 1 where he was taking it to Rudy Gobert too. So we might see a different Anthony Edwards this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean Anthony Davis. Sorry, I said Anthony
I know,
Edwards.
you took me off for a quick second, but I knew what you meant. I knew what you, I caught you. I figured I knew what you meant. But I think that's been the key for it for the Lakers. Last year, there was a lot of games where we seen the offense centered around Anthony Davis. And the man be unstoppable, bro. Like, can play inside out, got post game, can score mid-range if he faced up. Like, can obviously make threes, knock those down if he's behind the arc. But, like, then he go on the other side, and he's going to play defense. Like, you can't go in the paint when Anthony Davis is in the paint. And it's like, bro, it's a lot of skilled guys, but the man got the complete package. And I know my big issue here, my big debate was throwing Giannis in here. And I love the effort Giannis gives every single time, but skill-wise, he's just not as skilled as Anthony Davis. And I just can't. That's why I say I got to give it to Anthony Davis. And then all the older guys in the league, the KDs, Bronze, hey, man, they on their way out. The door is open for them. The door is open for them. So that's why I can't put them in there.
That's some facts to that. That is some facts to that. Oh my God! Here comes this man.
Bro, relax. Get out of here with that.
Kyrie is not. See, this is what man just said. Our generation's out the door, brother.
Kyrie
is the best point guard.
Kyrie
he never was the best point guard.
Players ever.
Let me guess. That's Michi?
Yes.
Of course it's Michi.
He ain't no.
I can't even see the group chat. I mean, I can't even see the chat. And I already know it's Michi.
Hey, I ain't gonna say point guard, but Kyrie is the most skilled basketball player ever.
Bro said.
This is a side note, but ever.
Best ball handler. One of the best ball handlers. Yes.
I would say that.
Skilled ball player ever. Skilled basketball player ever. I would die on that hill. But we can say that for another time.
No. Kyrie is like that. Kyrie is like that.
Skilled ever.
Man,
it's crazy
though. I gotta ask you though.
What's up?
Out of all the players though, Anthony Edwards #1. Yeah. That caught me off guard.
Yeah, that one kind of.
Hey man, hey, all I know is when Ant play anybody's favorite player, bro, he give him the business.
Oh, that is true.
I ain't not one player in the league have his card yet. I ain't seen it. I done seen him have Jason Tatum card. I done seen Jason Tatum card get pulled by a couple people, but I ain't never seen nobody pull an Ant card yet.
He got that villain style to him. I see it. I see a little. I'm not. You guys know what I mean. Like I'm saying, like the aura out of him. You can see a little MJ in him, the way how he plays and the way how he trash talks. You can see the aura in him a little bit from that standpoint.
He definitely got that. MJ is that boy's daddy, whether he know it or not.
Meech said that Ant is a dog. Not gonna lie, the future best to run the league.
That's fair. I think. I don't think he's #1 right now, but I think he will be eventually. He could be. He has the chance. He has the talent for sure.
I gotta hear who y'all top 5. Let's hear this.
Oh, mine's tough. I don't know. Fred, you can go first, man.
All right. I can go first. I can go. All right. #1. Let's cut it out. And I love Ant Edwards. He's probably one of out of the new guys. He's easily my favorite by far. I love how he plays. Yeah. I love how there's not really any hole in his game. I mean, he'll dunk on you, he'll shoot a three over your head, and then he'll go lock you up on defense. I love him. He's not number one though. The number one basketball player right now is Mr. Nikola Jokic. Okay, unstoppable.
And
He might be a tiny bit of a liability on defense, but ever since he really got his cardio together a couple years ago, dude has been completely unstoppable. Unstoppable. Can do whatever he wants on the offensive end of whatever he wants.
I ain't mad at it.
This is where stuff gets dicey. I'm gonna kind of go with what Manny did and put my 2 through 5 in no real order, but
Yeah.
I'm obviously going to put Luka up there, Jason Tatum, easy. Then and then for my last spot, I'm putting SGA in there. Cause that brother's on the rise. That dude SGA, he seems almost unstoppable offense too. I mean, that midi, that turnaround goes in every single time.
He is so fast, so
He is
elusive,
so shifty.
so athletic.
Now that
My God,
the bag is so deep.
yes.
He be handing out Christmas presents to everybody.
Can I be a hater for a second?
Go ahead, go crazy.
All right. I just want to propose an option here. I feel like SGA he came in at the perfect time, like where he really started evolving again. Because now we were so used to seeing like, you know, some solid point guards, but like scoring guards for a minute, for a hot second. Obviously, Steph was running the league, being a scoring guard. You had Damian Lillard at a peak, being a scoring guard. Kyrie was there being a scoring guard. You had a lot of people who were like really targeting these scoring guards, but that's kind of slowed down in the league. And I feel like SGA, because he is one of the elite scoring point guards, in a time where there's not many scoring point guards, or where that's not necessarily the style. Again, I'm a hate a little bit, but hey, I'm giving y'all a fair warning. I feel like slightly overrated, man. Not
You
gonna lie.
think SGA is overrated?
Slightly.
Wait. Whoa.
No.
I feel like the hype is just a little too crazy, man. I feel like the hype is just a little too crazy. He plays great. He's a great scoring guard. Not saying he's not good, because he's definitely a great ball player. And I mean, he is elite. But I'm gonna just say, man, it's slightly overrated.
No.
He was
I
free MVP last year, though.
I'm sorry, Manny, but I absolutely disagree with you, man. You'll
God
hear
damn,
my top 5, but I am on the opposite. I think he's underrated, to be honest. You know, I think, you know, my top 5, you know, and this might shock you a little bit. I think it's damn. I think number 1, bro. No, come on. He's top. He's top 15, top 12. He's up
Wait,
there.
who?
But Brunson.
Okay, I ain't mad at that.
He up there, top 12, I think. But
15.
you know, relative. No. He's the top 4 guard right now, for sure. Like, he's up there.
Brunson?
But yes.
Yeah, I think
easily.
that's valid.
Yeah.
Sure.
But so this, like I said, this is gonna shock you. My number 1, I think, you know, I'm gonna have a 1A and 1B, and then I'll have 3, 4, 5. Those won't really be in order. You know,
Okay.
Jokic and SGA. I think they're both up there. And the reason why is because SGA,
hot right there.
bro, it's hot one. But let me tell you, man, it makes sense because I think SGA is probably one of the most complete players that I've ever seen. When you talk about scoring, rebounding, passing, defense, clutch and crunch time numbers, you know, he's got the whole thing, and he's got athleticism. You know, he can run you up and down the court. Like you said, Fred, his bag is just infinite floaters, mid-range, you know, handles,
Very skilled.
stop and pop. You know, he's got the only thing that I will say needs a little bit of improvement is his 3-point shooting. That can improve, but if he develops more of a 3-point shot, I think he can be the best in the league for sure, 100%.
I,
And I will die on that hill.
I
Um,
I can help
but
even I can help add to that fact too because
yeah,
he's a very skilled guard. Very skilled. I know
yes,
I was hating on him, but very skilled guard, and it's rare. I will say, anytime I watch Thunder play, it's rare that I see him make mistakes. Like it's rare that I see him have stupid turnovers and just like just the weird plays that happen in the game. So I will, to his credit, man, he's got a great understanding of the game, and he just makes great decisions on the floor. And I it's not always flashy every time, but I mean, he's definitely a hell of a basketball player. Very
mm,
skillful guard, and the
yeah,
IQ is there to help him too, like on top of the skill. So I think that's what also helps make him a complete player.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
That's another thing about SJ. Just want to build on what you said. Like I said earlier, the bag might be deep, but sometimes he don't have to do all that. Like I'm just gonna
No,
walk down here, post you up, and hit a nice little turnaround fade in your mouth.
Yeah.
Bang. Let's get back
Yeah.
on defense.
he's
Yeah.
tall. He's got length.
Yeah.
He's a bigger guard. He's not small at all by any means. He's got length, and he will, give you a bucket in the post as
Yeah,
well. Like that's why I like him so much. I think he's up
Yeah.
there. But
yeah. Putting him
um,
1A and 1B with Jokic though, that's a little crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
dude,
That's a little high.
bro, come on. Like there's
I ain't rocking with
like
that.
he was like the main competitor for MVP besides Luca. Like
Yeah, but his
last year,
team is also really, really good.
dude, his team was all young. His team
But
was all
his
young.
team was
Imagine,
#2 in the West.
well, without him, what are they? Like if you put an average guard on their team, what are they? Like I mean, he's like a major factor in that.
I think he's a huge part, but if you were to swap him out and put like an average guard, like I mean, I don't know, first guard to come to my mind is LaMelo.
I
Like you put LaMelo there,
I think they're still a top team.
I still think they definitely.
I guess they are a very good team, but that's besides. Yeah, I get it.
That's right.
But let me get to my 3 through 5. I'm gonna say Luca, Ant, and fifth is hard. I don't like Tatum, man. I don't. I know he won a finals. He finally did it, but I don't like Tatum, bro. I don't. And I will die on that hill because there is so many performances in the clutch that I just saw him stink up the joint so bad. I can't. No, I'm not. I refuse to put Tatum in there. I refuse to put him in there. Let me
That's
take.
that Knicks fan talking right there, boy.
No. Let me get Giannis. Get Giannis in there, bro. I'd rather have Giannis in there than Tatum. Come on. He put the city on his back with Milwaukee. He took them and he
Hey,
won a ring with them.
Giannis's final performance is 10 times better than Jason Tatum.
Yes,
Facts.
yes, it is. Damn right it is. That's
Wait,
why I'm putting him in there.
What's up?
What'd you
I
say?
said Giannis's final performance is 10 times
Way
better than Jason Tatum's.
better. Absolutely.
Not even close.
Hey,
Put Giannis in there.
I thought I was hating. Hey, Rob, you took hate to.
Bro, look, I'm not gonna lie. Look. I'm not saying Tatum ain't right there. He right there, I think. But
He said,
know,
no way he should go.
I can't lie. It might be a little bias in there. It's sprinkled in there a little bit. I can't lie to you. But I don't know, man. I know that they finally did it. Their team was freaking stacked. They had 1 through 8. Their roster, literally 1 through 8, is insane.
Their team is
It
stacked
took
as
a
hell.
stacked team to win that. Let's be real. That team was stacked, and it still is. But I saw him. He similar to Embiid in the playoffs, or I know it's a different sport, and Aaron Judge. Like Tatum was dropping like stinkers before last year in the playoffs, like 4 points. There's one game he had like 3 points, 6 points.
Jaylen Brown.
Honestly, now that I think about it, I'm honestly not that mad at that Giannis over Tatum take.
Exactly. It's not crazy. I'm telling you, it's not that crazy. It's not. But
You're not.
anyway,
Because I think
I'm
Giannis would
sorry, y'all.
still be in his. I think Giannis would still be in his MVP form if he didn't have to share the ball with Damian Lillard.
Nah,
Yeah.
Yes.
bro. We're not doing that because Jason Tatum be sharing the ball with Jaylen Brown, and they do just fine. We know
Right, but when you ever seen Jason Tatum win an MVP?
They're two completely different
that's
players, though. Too.
fine. You don't need to win an MVP. I
Lillard
mean,
is
he
a
balled out.
volume shooter, like hella volume shooter, and Brown is just like a completely different player than
Not to
Lillard.
mention when they first started playing together, they didn't look that good together.
No, it took some time.
I mean, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals,
They were
but I mean,
both
even
young.
then,
I feel like for the Celtics, they had to establish actual organization for those two young. They're both young. They're both two elite players, and like you gotta figure it out. Like you gotta figure it out, and it took time. I think so often people was hollering, "Oh, you gotta trade Tatum, you gotta trade Jaylen Brown." It's like no, you want to keep both of those guys as long as you can because they're both buckets. It's just you got to figure out a way to utilize both of them to the maximum potential. And once they figure that out, which we see now, they still look scary. They coming off a ring, and these boys is like, I mean, I don't think anybody in the East is gonna beat them, but when one is not there, the other shows up big time. When Jaylen Brown is not really, having the best game, he
then Chris
shows up
Stapps
where
will show up, and then when he's not having a good game, then Derek White will show up, and then he's not having a good
I mean,
game, then Drew Holiday will show up.
I'm
Their
not
whole
arguing that
team
they don't have a loaded team.
nasty,
I know
bro.
they got a loaded team, but we can't act like Jason Tatum just don't be out here hooping now, man. Like
He be out there hooping. He be out there hooping. But it's a lot easier when you can't come off your man.
In the playoffs.
What'd you say? What happened?
You hear me?
Yeah.
I was just saying, like, within his early years of being in the playoffs and trying to make some things happen, that's happened to almost every player on their first few trips going to the finals. Devin Booker went to the finals. He wasn't giving buckets every single time. When Giannis was going on his early playoff trips, he wasn't really delivering every single night. He struggled sometimes. I mean, there's a lot of guys where being younger, when they finally go on this down and far playoff run, they don't really show up as much.
All right, but another reason why they wasn't going to the finals is LeBron James. All right, LeBron James was running that East. So Giannis and Tatum ain't really have no chance to go to the finals because LeBron was over there. And when LeBron left, is finally when they got their chance.
I mean, yeah, that is a huge. Brown was tearing everybody up in the East.
Bro was killing people. There was no hope in the East.
Literally, bro. It didn't matter what team you was on, whether you was DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, you was Paul George in Indiana. It did not matter. He was smacking everybody.
Killing. Which is honestly crazy. The run that he was going on. Crazy.
It was wild.
All right, Tom, what's your top five, bro? Let's hear it.
All right, let me lock in my top. This is not easy.
It's really not.
This is
Though. It's not,
hard, bro. I know one off the top of my head, Giannis. I mean, Jokic, Nikola Jokic. Sorry. Nikola Jokic is number one. I agree with what Fred said. Definitely, I gotta say he's number one. He's a 3-time MVP, former NBA champion. The man could basically do it all other than play defense. But if he could play defense, holy smokes! I mean, but the man could pass, shoot, dominate in the paint. I mean, he's got it all. I have to say he's number one. Now I'm gonna do what y'all did because after one, there is no order for me, and it's so hard. Okay, I'm gonna add Luka Doncic to the list. I think he is the best available scorer right now in the NBA. I gotta add him to the list. I think we were robbed of him winning the MVP. I think at least over the last 2 to 3 years he should have got one, but it's all right. I think the man nearly averaged nearly a triple-double last year. The man is elite talent. He's gonna get his championship one day, but I gotta put him at 2. These other 3 is so hard. Okay. Give me Anthony Edwards. I will put him in there. I will say Anthony Edwards. I like what I see from him. He's a good player overall, good two-way player. Let's see. There's some honorable mentions I was gonna say, but I gotta give these two people these slots. I'm pulling a Rob Card as a Miami Heat fan. All Jason Tatum Heat is, and all the hate is coming out. I'm giving Giannis the spot over him. I think Giannis's legacy.
Yes.
I'm sorry, his legacy is more stronger than Jason Tatum's right now. I'm sorry, he's a better defender. He's got that
Yes.
defensive MVP, defensive player of the
Dominant.
year award to show it.
Dominant.
His finals run was more significant than that Celtics. I mean, he put Milwaukee on his back. I mean,
Sure did.
golly, he dominated, bro. Straight domination. And to
Got
see,
50 points in game
I'm not
6? Crazy work.
taking,
Jason Tatum
I'm
could
not taking
never.
anything
Jason
away
Tatum
from
could never.
Jason Tatum, but the stain on his first championship is going to be the fact that his running mate Jaylen Brown outshadowed him. He
bro.
stepped up when he was
Look,
supposed to.
I can't believe it's 2024 and we doing this. It's about to be 2025 and we
Yo,
still doing
so,
this. Look, we still finna discredit these championships. How people was doing
no,
LeBron his whole career. How people was like, oh, LeBron got his first ring. Oh, it don't count. He was with Wade. He had Bosh. He had how it was all the excuses. So what is it? It's gonna take for Jason Tatum and the damn Celtics to win 4 rings for it to be like, I
I want to
guess.
see dominance.
no,
Like,
I
I,
want to see
I
3-point games in the finals. I want to see
Yeah.
that.
give
it's
Tatum his credit. I'm not
team.
saying he
It's
don't
his team.
deserve
They
it.
don't even need 50-point games right now because if he get 20, Jaylen Brown get 20, Derek White get 20, and Kristaps Porzingis get 20. He don't even need to do that. But I'm like, for Giannis had to go hard, which he credit to him. He did his thing, but it's like we can't. Look, I ain't no Jason Tatum fan, and y'all making me seem like I'm a Jason Tatum fan. But like, we can't discredit this man because his team was so stacked. Like,
No, I'm
we
not.
Brian became the greatest player ever, and we still hating on him. And like, Tatum gonna end up winning 3 rings, and we still gonna be like, nah, they don't count.
I'm not. No, my thing is, I'm not discrediting him for being a champion, but I will say Giannis's run, because you got to put in the standpoint too. I get he played on a stacked team, but man, that was an easy cakewalk for them to even get to the finals, man. I mean, who they played? They played a banged up Cavs team, a banged up Pacers team, a Miami Heat team that had no Jimmy Butler in the first round either.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm not taking anything away from him. I definitely, he's going to be in my honorable mentions when I get to that. But I just got to give Giannis that spot based off of the dominance that I saw from one guy get a championship to how the other guy got one. So that's really why a lot of guys have been missing out of the top 5. Now, this last player, I don't care what year it is, the Olympics showed me he's still a top 5 player. And if you gotta hit that red button, I gotta put LeBron in there. If you need him to be real active, he showed in the Olympics he could be a top 5 player still today.
I respect it. I'm not mad at it.
Put USA on his. I won't say he put it on his back, but I'm telling you, if you hit that red button for LeBron and there's no limitations, I think he's still a top 5 player right now.
Can I tell you something? I genuinely thought you was about to say Steph Curry. Every bone in my body told me you was gonna say Steph.
See,
Shit, mine too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I would have accepted it.
Mine too.
I can't. See, I can't. I'm gonna tell you why I can't put Steph here. I can't. He's in my honorable mention, but I want to see Steph Curry tap. That's what I was gonna. I have so many honorable mentions, but Steph Curry is one of those guys that if you push that red button, also he could do it. But if you really push LeBron that red button, you can get so much out of LeBron James at the later part of his career.
Hold on. So why ain't nobody push that red button last night for LeBron?
What happened last night?
The
I don't
brother
know
had
what
like
happened.
12 points. And they
Against
lost
Kevin Durant.
to the Suns.
Hey, all I would say, bro, Brian is a great player, greatest ever touch basketball, whatever. Like I ain't even about to go into all the specifics, but hey, the king is old, bro. The king is old, man. His moves is old, and he looked like the unk that pull up to the open gym and get buckets. He still get buckets. Use credit, but These old moves we watching him do, bro.
It's still effective though. It's still
is.
effective. He could get active with it though.
Tim Duncan, old behind, was in the league still doing effective moves, but I don't know, man. That was rough. That was rough. But I'm gonna let you finish.
But yeah, that's my top 5. Now I got like the honorable mentions. Curry is at 6. If I could have a top 6, yeah, that was who I was gonna put in. But if I gotta hit that red button though, LeBron can throw it. He could go into his bag still at this deep. Now Steph Curry, I'm gonna have to see what he could do this year because it's really a one-man show that's going to happen, Fred, with your Warriors. There's no play.
I shit deep now. Pause. That was crazy.
That was a little.
Yo.
That was crazy.
That was
crazy.
A little wild. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Our team deep as shit now.
Well, y'all,
we're gonna have to see him.
So
What'd you say?
I don't know what to do. Steve Kerr. They said Steve Kerr now they benching Kuminga. I don't know what for.
Hold on, I ain't see that now.
Yeah, that notification just came through like 2 minutes ago. I didn't say y'all had me riled up about Jason Tatum and all, but yeah, I don't know what's up with the Warriors, bro. They gonna have to get it together.
But yeah,
I had to look through the notifications real quick.
Joel Embiid is actually an honorable mention too, though. I'm sorry. When he is healthy, though, he is done.
Oh yeah,
he is done.
Oh yeah,
but he's out there now. The injury bug. Oh man, that's good.
It's not,
you know what?
The injury bug though, like he just don't like playing games.
You know what? The NBA should be getting him suspended or getting him some fines and all that stuff because they'd still let him get away with it. Isn't there a rule where you gotta have a real reason why you can't play, but he still misses all these games?
They just fined the Sixers $100,000.
All I know is whenever Joel Embiid got some competition lined up in front of him, bro be ducking smoke. Oh, my knee hurt. No, I ain't gonna play tonight.
He do be doing that. He does.
See Nikola Jokic on that schedule? Coach. My allergies. I can't play tonight. You see Anthony Davis on that schedule? My eyes just ain't really working like it was the other day. I can't play tonight. And I'm like, bro, he be ducking so much smoke, man. I'm like, it's a shame that him and Nikola Jokic been in this league both at the peak of their careers, playing some of the best basketball they've been playing, and we still only seen them go against each other maybe like once or twice, if that.
And they only play each other twice a year too, which is pretty weird too.
Yeah.
Well, supposed to play each other twice a year.
It's a shame. And Joel Embiid always hurt that time they about to match up.
SGA is in my honorable mention. See, that's why it was so hard. But
there's a lot of great players. There's a lot of great players in this league.
Yeah, there is. But yeah, man, the league is in a good place. Old heads or young heads. But yeah, for sure. That was actually fun. That top 5, the conversation, that was actually pretty fun.
All right, now this is where it gets a little rough time. Let's just rip the Band-Aid. Let's get this over with. Quick 5 minutes.
Hey, it don't look so bad right now. 2-1.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Oof.
All right. Yankees, Dodgers World Series. The Dodgers are up 3-0 on the verge of sweeping the Yankees. Rob, let's go first. How you feel about this series here?
Can I ask you one question?
This is how I feel, Tom. Just like this.
What's your one question, Fred?
What's going on with your dog?
Huh?
What's going on with your mans?
Ooh, Aaron Judge.
Supposed to be the best in the league?
Aaron Judge?
Yeah, he must be the best in the league.
Bro.
This brother got not one hit in the World Series?
No, Fred, the whole playoff.
The whole playoffs, he's been ass, man.
Yes.
The whole playoffs, he's
been ass. Judge is in the playoffs. You know who Aaron Judge is?
About Aaron Judge, he ain't showed up at all. Like,
no, he is not.
You know who Aaron Judge is in the playoffs?
He on like a Tatum level times 7. Like, he's been bad. He's real bad.
He is he's Jason Tatum, a Joel Embiid, and a Lamar Jackson all mixed in one.
You ain't had Dak Prescott in there. You ain't put
Dak ain't no MVP like these guys are. Well, minus Tatum. He ain't no MVP.
True.
He said minus Tatum.
No,
but
you should have throw that out there.
but bro, one hit in the World Series. Here, I'm about to pull up his stats for the play. This is unacceptable.
He
Shit's
been
gonna make
boo
me
boo.
sick.
He been boo boo all playoffs.
Aaron Judge this postseason, 6 for 43 at the plate, 6 hits out of 43 walks at the plate. Batting average 140 with 20 times he's been struck out at the plate. You know how horrible that is, though.
That's
There,
awful.
and you just had another year where you're about to basically have your second MVP, and you do this in the post as the captain of the New York Yankees. As the captain, bro.
Damn shame, bro. They've been carrying his behind. Everybody else on that Yankees team been carrying him.
Even
Bro,
Stan.
I don't know about everybody,
Stan,
man. I
well,
don't know
I
about
mean, they've been
everybody.
doing the most they could. Stan been the main one that's been doing things in terms of getting hits and stuff and like making plays for them.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, even nobody can do it by themselves. So it's like you getting help from everybody else. Another guy is doing good. Soto, he's been playing pretty decent too so far. So like, it's just, bro, you just need your key piece there to help you out. Like you doing your part, you showing why you was brought there in the first place. But when your key piece ain't helping you out, it's like, bro, lock in. What are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, they look like a completely different Yankees team. I'm like, shit, my Tigers could have just, you should just let my Tigers go there if that was gonna be the case.
Now have it though. The Dodgers do.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. Let's pump the brakes
Hey,
now.
hey,
Let's pump the
I
brakes
didn't think they
now.
went that far. So I didn't think they was even gonna make that far. But
Now that
No, I respect the
we got
Tigers.
now,
I
Yeah, them
respect
boys
the
got
Tigers.
hot.
they gonna be nice. They gonna be nice.
You got a bright
Looking,
future.
they
You
got a
do.
young team.
You do.
They got a real young team.
You got many years of success ahead of you. I think they got a good team. You know, I want to say the O's same thing, but man, what the hell? Like you want to talk about this? Never. Well, I won't talk about that. We're talking about the World Series right now.
Right. Before I have to
Yeah,
get on you.
No. Yeah, let's not the Royals, man. Come on, bro. Like,
All right. The Dodgers doing the same thing the Royals doing to
the
us.
Dodgers,
Okay, and get
Dodgers
payroll
versus the
$30 billion.
Royals. Dodgers versus the Royals. You've had the number one pick for like 20 years, bro. Y'all bound to have a nice team at some point. Like, come on,
And our team is
get
finally
real.
good. God damn it.
In 3 years, you gonna have to pay them all $1 billion. What are you gonna do then?
I guess,
let him
guess they're
walk.
going to the Yankees.
Let him walk.
Oh my god! But anyways, man, yeah, it's been disgusting to see this World Series. Honestly, like, I feel like Game One like set the precedent for the rest of the series too. Like, we should have won that Game One, like 100%. We had that in the bag, and you know, outside of Freddie Freeman being Freddie Freeman, like they should not have put Nestor Cortez in that situation after not pitching for 40 days. 40.
And Aaron Boone just throws him right
And
out
let's
there.
just throw him in a crunch time, clutch situation against some of the best players in the MLB. Let's just do that. Yeah, let's do that.
No fucking
No, bro.
way. No fucking way.
Uh-oh.
Volpe
What?
just hit a grand slam.
Who?
Volpe.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
We're,
Thank you. Thank you.
we're on our
Thank
way
you.
to
Thank
pulling
you.
a
Thank
Red
you.
Sox on the Yankees a decade
Oh
ago.
my,
Yeah,
my God. That would be insane. That would be freaking insane. But no, I love to see that. Anyway, outside of what just happened, we've been putrid. Soto and Stanton were doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
yeah.
Stanton has literally been playing like out of his mind. Like his career, not only this year he's been like, above all the rest, but statistically, year over year in playoffs, Stanton is very good every year. Every time, every year. Up there with Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth in OPS.
Yeah.
Love what I'm seeing from him. He's earned my respect 100%. Um, you know, outside of that, it's hard to get excited out of him and Soto. It's hard to get excited about what I've seen from a lot of these hitters. I know Austin Wells is a rookie, but he's been batting like literally like a 50. You know, Volpe's been he's okay in the other series, but World Series not so great. Jazz hasn't been hitting that great, and the pitching too has been spotty.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have that advantage over the Dodgers, and we haven't at all. Besides Garrett Cole's out, Garrett Cole had a very good outing, but outside of that, Rodon is what he is. He gives up too many home runs. Clark Schmidt, he's younger, so I expected him to struggle. And the Dodgers are just built different, man. Oh, there goes Manny.
Nope.
The Dodgers are just built different, man. They are a fantastic team, from top to bottom. We knew that. We knew they've been the best team in the league for a year or two now. Freddie Freeman is just on another level right now. So
Drug testing. Oh, I just realized Manny left.
yeah,
Yeah, he'll probably come back.
he lagged out or something like that. All right, so it's 5-2. Okay. So what are your thoughts, Tom? Or Fred? One of you, don't matter.
Yeah, I thought game one was everything we were going to see out of this World Series. A star-studded lineup of players. I mean, the two teams that can afford anybody, including Donald Trump if he wanted to.
All right.
I mean, the payroll. I mean, damn. I thought game one was everything we were going to see. And that Freddie Freeman walk-off, I got to say, that was so nice to see, even though watching the game. Now, the rest of the series, I will say, like, what is going on? Because the pitching, like Rob said, we were supposed to have in the pitching department, we were supposed to have the advantage over them. I said last week on the episode that the Dodgers did have some suspect outings on the mound for pitching. What they showed last series against the Mets, I thought that's why we were going to have an advantage over them, but that wasn't the case. Their stars have just showed up more than what our stars have. And yeah, like Rob said, Stanton and Juan Soto have. But for Aaron Judge to literally only have one hit in the World Series, come on, bro. This is the reason why you were named the captain. The first captain named since Derek Jeter wasn't a part of the team. So I think he's just collapsing at the worst time when we need him. But other than that, their stars have been hitting more and capitalizing more in situations of what we have. And the pitching. So I think that's really the only difference. I mean, the talent, Dodgers might have a slight advantage, but not by much. Because once again, these are two teams that you can afford anybody that you want to, based off of being high market teams. So I just feel like that we should be doing so much more. And being down 3-0, that's not a good sign in any sport.
Granted, Otani hasn't played very well either in this World Series.
No.
So,
And this
I mean,
is the best time to catch him too,
oh yeah,
because after this year, the man ain't gonna be a DH no more. He's going back to pitching also. So this is the best time to catch the Dodgers.
we about to get spooky.
Yeah, it's even gonna be worse next year.
Yeah, because oof. But I mean, I'm loving everything I'm seeing. I mean, fuck that Volpe Grand Slam, but I'm loving the Yankees losing. Uh, if the Orioles can't win the World Series, I hope the Yankees lose the World Series. So seeing y'all despair brings nothing but joy to me.
Score more than one run against the Royals in a freaking series and talk
All right,
about
put up a goose egg in the World Series and talk to me. All right, then, bitch.
Y'all haven't breathed the World Series in
And guess how many World Series wins we got?
1980. 1980, bro.
And we about to.
1980.
It's been like 40 years.
Bitch, it's been a long time. I mean, all of our talent is homegrown. Okay, all your talent came from other teams.
I
Whoa!
don't know about all the
I
talent.
would
Well,
say not.
Breaks
the
there.
the vast obviously not all of our talent, but the vast majority of our talent is homegrown.
Bro,
This one ain't really like
I
we
don't
ain't
know.
do. This one ain't
Judge is homegrown. He our best. Well, not right now, but he our best player.
What? That's it?
Judge is our best. Volpe, shit. The Martian. Well, he's not even playing right now. I mean, a lot of a lot of the pieces we have aren't even like that crazy. Like Jazz is not like making a crazy amount of money. Verdugo's not making a crazy amount of money. Stanton. I will say the big ticket players in our team are Stanton, Soto, and Cole.
Yeah.
And you could say Rodon because we freaking paid him way too much money. But, besides that, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I know we paid Judge the bag, but, he was homegrown,
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm trying to catch this game, man, now that it's actually good. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Manny we're about to wrap up.
yeah, we've been on here for a minute.
It's about to be 2.5 hours right there, brother.
Good Lord. I got to eat dinner still. I haven't even eaten yet.
Yeah, right. I made dinner and came up here. That joint still sitting on the stove.
Yeah, but I will say I'll close out by saying this: if by the time next week we get on here and there ain't no miracle, it was a good run by the Yankees. I will say good run. But it just showed
Our
like
window ain't closed, Tom. I don't think our window closed yet. We got a lot. I mean, I know some of our pieces are a little older, but
There's
a
always
lot of our
more
pieces
money
are
to
also
spend.
young. We
yeah,
got a
I've
lot
There's
never
always more
thought
money
of
to
young
spend.
that.
people, bro. No, just wait till Jason Dominguez comes through there, bro. You ain't ready for him. Trust me.
Our window isn't closed, but see that's the problem. Juan Soto scares me testing the market this free
Oh
agency.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't
no
know
oh.
how
doubt,
loyal
no doubt,
he's gonna be. I
no
don't.
doubt.
I'm honest. I love me some Juan Soto.
It's gonna
You
take
guys know I like the Nationals too, but
Tom. It's gonna take 600 million
I can
minimum. 600 million.
I can easily see him playing for another New York team next year in the Mets. I don't see Juan Soto. And it's going to be very interesting how that goes. I think if Juan Soto comes back, we could be right back there next year, to be honest. But if we lose him, that's such a big piece
Dude,
That's
for us.
gonna
this
stink
dude Juan
bad.
Soto has been in the league for 7 years, and he's 25.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a free agent like him ever. Like
No.
ever, bro.
Crazy.
He is literally a top 2 hitter right now in the league at 25, and he's gonna hit the market. Open, no restrictions.
He about
Ooh.
When have you
to
ever
tiny bet.
seen that? When have you ever seen that in your life?
And I don't
Never.
understand why. Realistically, though, why did the Padres give up on him? Because you had him, Manny Machado, Tatis
They almost
Jr.
they almost made that shit without him.
I
They were
know,
right by, they were neck and neck with the Dodgers. They almost made that shit without him.
but if you had all three of them on
Imagine
there
that,
together, why
bro.
give up?
They would have beat the Dodgers. No cap. If they had Soto, they would have beat the Dodgers.
Yeah,
No,
this is
no bullshit. But they wouldn't have had the pitching that they had also that we gave them.
that's
Michael King, Wandy, a few different prospects that we gave them, But that's besides the point. Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's been a good episode, fellas.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
We got a lot of content in this one for you
Yeah.
guys. It's probably enough for 2 episodes for real. But it's fine.
I
It's okay.
Yeah,
going on these random tangents.
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. But that is all the time we have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching, listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, Rob Soto, Fred Harris, and we'll sign off for a
Rob
man.
Soto.
I mean, Rob
Fall
Sarasula.
asleep over
I
there,
was
man.
thinking,
You
of
get
baseball.
tired.
Rob
You
Sarasula
go
and
ahead
Fred Harris.
and put the game on. Lay your head down. I'm just kidding.
I sign, I sign off for Manny, who joined us, the host of the Run Podcast as well. Y'all can check him out as well on his social media platforms and his Apple Podcasts and things like that. But that's all the time we have for you guys. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and we'll see you guys on next week's episode.
Peace.
Peace.